welcomer party in the center of Romero. Um, doesn't seem like any of the residents really seem to notice or care or realize how late it was in the day when this party started. And as time has worn on, well, let's just say the area has turned a sickly green. Your nostrils are filled with the world of the dead. A thick fog rolls out from the swamp. Um,
For
the
purposes, is that thick with two C's or just one?
Probably at least three.
Oh, okay.
It is hard to even see the flames around you were it not so bright compared to the contrast of the night sky. Although even the sky is hard to see through this haze. Um, you hear them long before you see them. You can hear the snapping of twigs, the kicking of stones, the fall of flapping feet upon flagstones of the street. And little bit by little bit, you see as handful by handful, multiple figures start appearing on the edge of the party. The dead have risen. The party suddenly goes quiet. Many villagers are on edge. Others are looking around. Let's see. Sherman, give me a what you call it? Insight check with advantage.
Insight.
Sir.
Uh, with advantage.
Yes, sir.
21.
Very good. So on the previous night, um, you're aware that the bear was acting a little fishy. Um, as you see her looking around at the sounds and figures coming towards you, it looks almost hopeful as she scans each face of the figures that start headed towards the center of town. It is only then that you notice the figures seem to have stopped. They seem to be just waiting on the edge of the light that spreads. They do not seem to like the fire.
Huh.
With that, I guess, well, we won't go into initiative at this exact moment, but, well, actually, no, we will. It's maybe not exactly combat at this exact moment. But if everyone would like to go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll go ahead and start really seeing what this village is like when night first falls.
Let us see.
And when you have your initiative rolled, if you would please put it into the bar.
No. Oh, that's a nice
That's
number there.
7. What did I roll for? 4 or 2?
You rolled a 2.
God damn it. My rolls
Sounds about right.
were
Boy,
so
glad I'm
bad.
getting this out of the way early.
All right.
Barthagal.
I'm just missing. Just need Unga Bunga's roll.
Yeah, sorry, it's fucking.
Taking a while loading.
Tailspar not responding.
Ah, rough. Might be this extra fog effect. Let me lighten it some.
Barthagal, what is your bonus to
I
initiative?
see the fucking flame, like, wait.
Be right back.
What's your initiative bonus, Barthagal?
I don't know.
What's your dexterity bonus? Or your dexterity mod?
-1.
Alright, I have his, Jody. There you go, there's everyone.
All right, wonderful. I don't want to exclude Barthgor, so we will wait until his is under control and ready to go.
Yeah, I just rolled. Beautiful too.
Well, I will take Josh's roll if you would like. He was kind enough to do it for you. Do you want to take his roll?
Nah, it's okay.
Okay. All right, so 2 minus 1, that'll be a 1.
Yeah.
Oh, all right. Murph, you can edit your message.
I already did.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you. All right, we'll go ahead and get started. Up of the round, Mur, you see this army of the undead showing up just as a potential swarm around the party. You look to your grandmother. She doesn't look worried one bit. However, there is a kind of protective feeling within your chest. You want to make sure that she is okay at all costs. Go ahead. What would you like to do? We're not exactly in combat yet. You can start it. But at the present, there's nothing immediately pressing upon you. The undead seem to be staying exactly where they are.
Our biggest fireball again?
At 20 feet radius.
Looks like a lovely spot for a fireball. As I run up to fucking retarded grandma. This was our stupid idea, by the way. We're gonna get you into a building that is not outside.
But all buildings are outside. Well, most.
As I like grab 2 lanterns and shoot a fireball, grab 2 lanterns and try to grab her.
All right. So you're putting the fireball right there.
Yep.
There are multiple screams from the crowd. One emanates from your grandmother, one from Wilma, the mole lady, and one from. Let's see who's the other one. Oh, okay, just those 2. So one from Wilma, one from the grandmother. In fact, give me a athletics check real quick as you raise your wand and create this fireball.
They're screaming? Or wincing in pain or whatever?
Not wincing in pain, but they do have looks of terror as your grandmother herself goes to try and wrench the wand from your hand.
16.
16? All right. Let's see. It is a feeble attempt, but her hands are trembling and shaking as she tries to wrestle the wand from you. He shouts, "No, no! Jim! Jim, he might be in there!"
You should have thought of that before you decided to have a late night gathering when you know it's not safe for everyone.
Fair enough. Let me borrow one of these fire things.
2 seconds.
All right. As the fireball erupts across these undead over here, uh, they are completely engulfed in flame. And go ahead and get that damage for fireball.
All right, let's go. With one lantern in hand and other holding grandmas to like drag her along.
Upon saying that, I shout to Myrrh. Does that mean we can start killing them now?
Maim, don't kill.
Can you give me the damage for fireball real quick? Sorry.
Sorry. I was putting box outside.
You are fine.
Fireball.
Turn to Sherman. When he says maim, does that mean we just like take off a leg?
They can't. They shouldn't be able to attack us, but they shouldn't be dead either.
Got it. Take their arms.
Plus 5, 36. 37.
36 damage?
37.
37 damage? Alright. That's more than enough for these. So, this ghoul... One. This one. And this one. And fuck it. We'll do these two as well. Alright, so as you release the fireball from the tip of your wand, there's a eruption not only of light and flame, but also guttural voices reeking from the bodies of the undead. Nothing intelligible. However, it is clear that these undead do not like fire. As you clutch the arm of your grandmother to lead her away from the undead, you see as no less than 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of the undead villagers have shriveled into ash and bone as they fall to the ground. Where is it you're trying to take her?
This is the closest lit building, correct? Or would technically the inn be the closest lit building? Well, actually, no. I'm going this way. I cleared a path this way. I'm going this way.
It's pretty much an equal stretch either way.
Yeah.
So you're running her to her house?
Yep.
As you start running towards the flames of your fireball, you notice that all other undead are crouching and shielding their eyes from it. It is clear that they will not approach this area. You choose to try and take her through the flames?
Why would I do that? I have a cloak that makes me fly.
Very good. Give me the dexterity check for your cloak, and as well as a just a general strength check for lifting.
18 and 18.
Very good in both situations. Your grandmother, her face with horror spread across it. She has not put up any resistance. Instead, she is busy scanning the bodies ahead of her, looking to see a familiar face. You do get across the field of flames and much closer towards her home. With that, we'll go to the next in the order, which is Sherman. Sherman, you have seen a ball of fire erupt. Um, the other undead seem to be scooting around the perimeter, uh, more into the darker spaces. The bonfire pales in comparison to the fireball that landed down the street. Um, you feel like maybe the undead could see this as a lesser target now.
Uh, I mean, I'll just move in, like here, and try to shoot at some legs. I'll shoot at like one of their legs.
Very well. Since we are not exactly in combat, you are welcome to. Let's see. What's your dexterity modifier?
Plus 6.
You're able to take up to 6 shots to attempt to uh cause them to, I don't know, fall over or lose a knee or something. You're welcome to make 6 attack rolls.
All right. One second. I'll do that. Here's all 6.
Yes, sir. One
Uh,
miss, one hit, one miss.
It is plus 9. So
Oh, plus 9.
the lowest is 11, and then next up is 14. Everything
Okay,
else
cool.
is 20 or more.
All right, so only the first one misses. They do make their mark as you hold up your individual guns, peering down their sights on each. You fire once, then again, then again, then again, then again, uh, causing multiple undead to prone and then fall flat on their face. Several of them resort to crawling from here on.
Wow.
These are the ones to the south, yes, towards the town gate.
Yeah, I towards the south.
Probably
Probably
like this little keggle here.
probably the 6 closest, yeah.
All right, cool. I will say that those are impaired; their movements halved. Um, as you focus on this direction, you can hear the shuffling of footsteps around you as some of the party members, not specifically your party members, but the party goers, some of them freak and begin to start trying to clear away from the area. That being said, do you have any movements of your own that you would like to do, or maybe a free action?
No, I moved to be in between the 2 fires, so I'm already moved. I'm good.
All right, very well. With that, several of you can see a cloaked figure with a pointed hat. He has a pair of daggers drawn at his sides. He hops one of the fences and starts disappearing down an alleyway. It is clear that, well, any of you who got to know this character think maybe it was just Bagel, so he's, you know, that figure runs off into the darkness all on his own. Presumably he can handle himself. As for Scott, he looks around in a panic flurry of thoughts. What should he do? Where should he go? Should he stay? Can he trust these people? With that, he resorts to dashing over to Mackett and Yorva. He looks from one to the other. I'll stick with you two. and he pulls out the shining steel dagger that he once claimed to have made. He has his gauntlets at the ready and his new helmet atop his head. That said, also one more villager is going to do some movement. Ah, yes, yes, finally. Finally, people can see these monsters for what they are. Everett reaches over his shoulder, pulling out a simple silver longsword. It gleams, shining in the firelight as he starts running this direction with a fierce yell. He swings at one of the ghouls, however, narrowly misses. There is a panicked scream as he did all of his movements to, uh, conceit himself to his own volitions, which are now not going in his favor. With that, we get on to Arthur. Arthur, the situation is starting to get a little chaotic around here. What do you do?
Good question. So all of these undeads are very annoyed by the fire and stuff.
They absolutely despise fire. However, they do see the living gathered around it, and they seem to be making their way.
Do I know if they have dark vision?
Give me your choice of Arcana or Nature.
Let's see here then. Well, it really doesn't matter, so I'll take nature. So 11 plus 3. 14. Ooh.
All right. 14. So, you realize that most undead creatures do not have dark vision unless whatever creature that they were previously had dark vision. Looking around, you see that mostly these are humans. That in your mind, you can assume that they don't really have dark vision.
All right. I'm gonna ask everybody, what's the game plan here? Do we want to evacuate people? Do we just want to kinda vanquish them?
You shout among the chaos. Several people turn their heads towards you. Wilma immediately points her mole-like face towards you. Arthur, it's scary. And with that, she dashes under the nearby table and fortifies herself in with some chairs. The shopmaster's dog runs up to you. His barks are desperate and pleading. That seems to be about all the NPCs that take notice to your call across the chaos. As for the party members, I'll leave that up to them to decide if they acknowledge you.
Well, since La Familia is not saying anything. I will
Mackett,
first-
Mackett would be is taking kind of stock of the situation, and you see him close his eyes for a second.
Mac, your turn is directly after Arthur's. If you two want to collude together and take your turn together, you are welcome to.
Upon seeing all
Are we
this,
able to
immediately
see?
Say again, Bart.
Are we able to see the ghouls in the fog, or are we able just to hear like noises?
You can see their outlines. They are shadowy figures out in the fog. Uh, Trying to hit them with ranged attacks may prove a little difficult if you do not have particular weaponry. However, you could certainly run up to them for a better view.
Well, I'll communicate to
Like
Mackett.
I don't think it. I don't think we can manage to keep them alive and not combat fucking ready.
I have 3 viable
There is a
choices
lot
here.
of them, so I.
Alright. I said I have 3 viable choices. The first one is to become the sun and light this fucking place up. Which will kinda send them into a frenzy. Most likely away from this source of light, which is me, of course. Or I could cause 60 feet around us to be covered in complete darkness, as well as giving us all dark vision, so that we may perhaps take shelter. Or I could attempt to slow them down and make the terrain for them difficult to overcome, as well as giving us an easier time running, basically boosting our movement speed.
I'm gonna look at you and say, "Let's light this place up." And
Alright.
I want to, whenever I say that, I want to close my eyes for a second and calm my mind from everything going on. And I want to focus on that fucking bonfire with that trick that Nasdar taught me to see if I can't flare this motherfucker up.
Very well. Uh, Arthur and Macca, as you two work in unison towards the same goal of lighting the area, uh, give me a straight intelligence check. Arthur, do whatever rolls are necessary for your song.
Right. So, I will do the performance. I'll take the 14. That's a success. Uh, Everybody here is attuned now, as well as all enemies within. What's that? 24. Like this range, kinda, or if they can hear me, they are within range.
Oh.
Now I will use my attunement to cast the Song of the Morning.
And that was a 16 for me, Jody.
16. Arthur, as you stand around the fire playing your music, you get into kind of like a groove and start dancing around, enhancing the uh, enhancing the amount of soul that you put into your song. The fire climbs slowly, steadily, and then with a sudden fury blazes higher into the night sky. The green fog that has been slowly rolling in from the swamp seems to no longer penetrate the area where the party is. Suddenly, most of your visions are much clearer. Arthur, as you stand around this fire, as you dance around it, um, you feel a hot glow not only coming from the fire itself, but also from within yourself. You feel as if you are a pure sliver, a fragment of the sun itself as you radiate this area. Um, this area will now be treated as daytime. So, one moment. Let's see. There we go. All right. Light shines brilliantly around. Um, is, is there any saves that the undead need to make?
Yes. So first of all, I'll be singing, the classic Peregrine,
Mhm.
And I will be blinding all enemies if they fail a charisma saving throw against my performer DC. And they will be blinded for 1 round if they fail that.
Very well. There's kind of like 3 groups of zombies here. I will do 3 rolls, one representing each group of zombies.
Yep, and it's a DC 16.
Sir. None of them pass, surprisingly. I guess the luck of the dice this game. That said, as the fire erupts with lights, magnifying your effect, seems like a perfect ceremony is going on for the sun. As this light shines around, horrific screeches can be heard from the undead beings. Uh, as you focus on your music, perhaps you can't see it so much, but passersby and others around can see as the undead try to shield their eyes unsuccessfully. They can literally see the eyeballs melting out of their skulls and falling onto the ground. All the ghouls are now blind.
Oh yeah. And Akan will be setting himself in a defensive, like take defensive maneuver or whatever it's called, to boost his AC while guarding me.
Yes, sir. All right.
Will I end my
Any
turn?
last minute thing? Very good.
Oh no.
You got any free actions? You need.
After that, after he sets the bonfire into overdrive, basically, I'm pulling out the explosives.
Very good. We'll consider igniting the fire as sort of a. We'll consider that your movement. Uh, you do still have your action and bonus action.
I'm going to send a volley of explosives toward the most densely packed ghouls.
Are we killing them?
Maiming. So I'm like aiming like toward the feet and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. Don't worry, their eyes have rolled out of their skulls. Several of them
Yeah,
don't have
I was
knees
gonna note
anymore.
that. Like, I don't know. I feel like they're pretty thoroughly maimed.
They probably
Yeah.
have regenerative powers, probably.
Uh, as you say that, Arthur, as you call that out, I would like you to give me an Arcana with advantage, please.
Oh. And yeet. I'll take the 13 plus 1, so that's 14 plus 3, that's 17.
Very good. You know that undead abhor the sun, and their regenerative powers do not work in the absolute daylight, as is the situation right here. Additionally, applications of radiant damage will absolutely permanently destroy the undead.
I will share this information with the rest. Do not make them taste the powers of the sun if you do not wish to vanquish them permanently. As per Mur's requests.
As he says, as he shines with the sun's radiance.
I'm not attacking with it. I just am the sun. What can I say?
That's fair. You since you are showing concern about slaying them, you would probably want to note to them that they no longer have regenerative powers as long as your song continues.
Yes, I will share that information. Oh shit. I was not gonna roll those.
So, explosives, Mackett, let's go. What you throwing out?
Well, with what he just said, that this is probably just gonna outright kill them anyway. Um, I'm gonna tell Scott to get get as many people into a building as possible while they're all blind. That I don't know how long the fire is going to stay like this.
Very good. You tell this to Scott. He understands the mission. He nods his head. He gives Yorva a clap on the shoulder, telling her to meet him at the inn to please unlock her in. He'll be along shortly. He goes around talking to each of the villagers that are left. Baba Yaga waves him off as he seems to simply walk through the undead herself. They seem to pay no attention to her. It is not until he gets to Everick that he has any sort of trouble. As he goes to Everick, the store owner's dog follows him closely. His silent, well, not silent, but loud barks and prayers being answered that someone's come to save the store owner. Dorva begins to charge with her large hammer towards some of these undead. She sees a path before her, realizing that they can't see. Instead, uses her action as a dash action and charges straight through them. Let's see. That's at least 3 of them that could reach her. They're going to roll these at disadvantage. Oh. All right, only one of these are going to hit her. There's a loud exclamation as Yorva charges through zombies. She takes a very large scratch across her shoulder. She screams out, but continues running the rest of the way through. She is broken through the barricade of zombies and is making her way towards the front of her tavern.
As a final piece for me, I would actually call Naing to come to get out here.
Very well. Naing is not too far away. He is at the door's shop.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and move his full movements. And I'll leave it up to you if you want him to dash or if he wants to reach those zombies closest to him.
I'll just reach them. And for him, I would actually, he would start. Yeah, he's just gonna bop him out the way. Basically, he's trying to get to Mackett. He's not.
Very well. So he's trying to
Anytime-
get to you, not exactly run up to the zombies.
I mean, if there's one in his way, he's gonna swipe it out of his way, but he's not outright attacking everything that moves.
Alright, so I need clarification on this. Is he attacking anything or no?
Yes.
Very well. There are 2 zombies in his way in order to reach you. Do you want to attack those, or do you want to reserve his action for dashing the rest of the way here?
Reserve his action to just get here.
Alright, very well. On his way here, he's going to take 2 attacks of opportunity at disadvantage, of course. 15 and 15. At 14, the 14 is going to be a total of 17 to hit him. Does that hit?
Let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it does. Armory. Come on, get on down there. No, that is just 1 under, so no, that does not hit.
Very good. Loud, reverberating clangs can be heard as the zombies slam down upon his armor. He does make it all the way to you with a simple yes. Are there any bonus actions for him?
No.
That being said, do you have any last minute things for your turn and also for you, Arthur?
Excuse me, what?
For you, Mekit and Naing and Akan, do y'all have any last second things you want to do before we move on?
I guess I'll like, are we escaping or what? I'll ask the peoples.
Arthur uses his free action to implore the people around him. Those around him are Ungabunga, Makit, Sherman, Khan, Kamatha. The rest of the people are currently engaged either with the undead or with fleeing for their lives.
I assume so.
Well,
Kind of
I
say.
think if I turn myself into Valdir, I'll become like a walking fucking bonfire. So they might not be able to, get closer to me. So we can safely maybe move into some building.
That's a good idea, Unga Bunga, and you know yourself to be correct in this statement. As you are Valdir, you do radiate an otherworldly aura, and it does count as a radiant light. That said, we have one more turn, and then it will be Unga's turn himself. So first, the undead must make their move. So first, we'll start with this very impaired group here. All of these are moving at half their normal speeds. 5, 10, 15. As far as those can get,
We're
as they
blinded.
start crawling towards Sherman, trying to follow where the sound of his gun was last. So the rest of these undead, they're going to move their full speed, just running in the particular path of sound. In 15, 20, 25. All right. These other undead make their way very quickly, surrounding not only Everick but Scott as well. All right. Vortex versus Everick. Disadvantage, of course. Thank God for him. Let's see about these first two.
Yeah, they're all blinded, right?
Yes.
Rip.
And so they have a lot of disadvantage. Looks like only one has actually gotten through to beat Everick's AC, as he is simply wearing some leather armor. Let's see what it does to him. That's 14 points of slashing damage to Everick. All around, you can hear a blood-curdling scream as he is pulled underneath the horde of ghouls surrounding him. There's a loud squelch of flesh as his chest is ripped open. Loud munching sounds can be heard as himself trying to fight off these ghouls. Let's see who's nearest. Mackie Arthur, you are welcome to give a perception check as this occurs.
They call me Mr. Perceptive.
Yeah, I'll take that, chat. I'll take that. You said perception?
Yes, sir.
14.
Okay, that's nat 20.
Very well.
Plus 3 plus 7. Yeah, that's like 30.
Very well. Arthur, you are able to see in very
Okay, bud.
gruesome detail. Yes, sir. As Shopmaster Everett has been pulled down and leapt upon by no fewer than 4 ghouls. They are each ripping at his bones, ripping at his flesh. But what's more important is, as they feast upon him, you can see that somehow feasting upon a body is causing them to regenerate. You see their eyes glow with a redness before being replaced with gray, glossed over eyes.
Is it this one?
Yep. As for Everett, he is mincemeat. You can spot his dog howling with a righteous anger, got screaming pretty much for help as he swings towards the ghouls in a kind of defensive stance. I'll get over to the
I'll-
last set of ghouls.
I'll shout to Mur. Are you sure we should keep these things alive? They just killed one of us, one of the living.
You get no response.
Alright, very well. This last troop of ghouls, 5, 10, 15, 20. Alright. 2 are at Kamatha. They're going to swing at disadvantage. The second one has rough chance. Let's see. Okay. The second one does hit. I don't believe she ever got any armor made. That wasn't just like... Mac, did you ever make her like any super improved armor or some bullshit? Or does she still have her basic clothes on?
Who was that?
Kamatha.
I did improve her armor once. I did give her a little extra protection.
Alright. Zona, if her AC is more than 16.
It is not.
No.
I think I got it to just at 16. So if it meets, it beats.
Alright, very well. Alright. Kamatha is slashed with 15 points of slash damage. Does anyone want to make the con save for her?
I can. I've been rolling well now. Ugh. I'll retract my statement.
Alright, so she's a sorcerer. I know she doesn't have like 30 con, so. Alright,
Did they
she'll
hit
be
with the
undergoing.
knife?
They did, even with the
Damn.
disadvantage. Just one of them
Yikes.
did, but it was
I
enough
guess
to
her AC
do.
is pretty low.
Yeah. Well, she's a sorcerer.
Yeah.
But she did get a gruesome slash. The sound of flesh and scales tearing under the claws and nails of the ghoul can be heard. I'll let her know the effects of what happens to her when she gets here. She says she's running a bit late. Alright.
Okay.
That said, there are yep, 2 more ghouls that have reached Nying. Let's see how they fare. Alright. Before I roll the disadvantage, does a 22 get near hitting Nying at all?
Oh yeah. That'll hit. Yeah.
I'm
Let
back.
me go ahead and roll this disadvantage in. Welcome back. Alright, it still hits. So
Rolling.
at 7. 12 points of slash damage come down upon Nying. You can hear bones scraping across his metallic surface, making an almost talk upon board like sound.
Because he has
That
resistance. That'll be 6. Hell yeah. Okay.
very good. That said, that is it for the ghouls as they surround and close in upon the party. That brings us to Unga Bunga. In your somewhat sleepy state as you attended the party. Uh, it seems like time is just dragging. But now it's time for you to act. What would you like to do, sir?
Well, as I said, I will turn myself into Voldir.
Very well, Lord
and
Valdir.
call
You
out
have
for
you
everybody.
have graced us with your presence.
To everybody to get back to the bonfire, and we should like. What's that building over here? Like
Oh, that is the
concrete
Dragon Shrine.
Well, I would suggest everybody gather around, and we should move inside the building before more civilians will die.
Very well. Now Valdir, being the protective force that you are and abhorring the undead, you can see as several undead are feasting upon a body, others circle around like wolves, moving around towards the back of Scott. You can tell that these two are not long for this world.
To get close to them. Well,
So you're headed over to them?
hello?
Do I?
I didn't hear what you said.
I was asking what's the movement? 30 feet?
Each one of these tiles represents 5 feet. And of course, if you like, you can make a dash action to go ahead and get yourself
Okay.
there. I'm not sure if you said anything else. I heard okay, and that was it for me.
I haven't heard him say anything.
Hey, you! My nameplate joke. Is its name? Next to the dog?
You yell for Scott. Yeah. He snaps out of his scared stupor as he's flourishing around his dagger wildly, trying to keep them at bay. He looks over his shoulder. He sees you in your radiant armor and beautiful axe. You have his attention. What would you like to say to him?
Hey, you! Grab the dog and come to me. Right now.
Very well. We'll go ahead and let him have action since he hasn't really had one other than moving over here.
Did you hear me?
The dog itself seems in a frothing rampage, ready to go berserk mode on these ghouls. God is going to make a handle animal check to try and bring the dog with him. That's a nat fucking 20. Let's go, Scott. Takes one of the very bones from his master and offers it to him as a distractive treat. The dog is suddenly not really aware of where this bone came from. It's gruesome, but a quick solution. God is going to start retreating back with the dog. They are going to take attacks of opportunity, one each.
They are
That is a
fucking blind.
it's disadvantage. They can understand that a presence was there. both attacks opportunity miss completely. It's not even a close shot. Scott has made his way over to you and says, "Where now, Mr. Lord Valdir?" He seems unsure what to call you.
Call me just Anga.
Where to, Unga? Where are we going?
And I'm gonna ask the same question to the rest of my party.
I think we should vanquish them before they destroy and kill more people.
Scott nods
Yeah.
in
My
a
professional
swift agreement, especially after seeing what befell Shopmaster Everick. Mulkin underneath weeks weekly, but it seems like in agreement.
I will continue
Yeah,
on by
but
saying I think the only way to truly save these misguided creatures of the night is to show them the power of the light and
Alright.
guide their
And
souls
what are
to
you saying,
salvation.
Unga?
Hello?
I got this fucking Discord. Let me try to restart the Discord because like I cannot talk when I'm in the Telspire because it's like just frozen.
Might be like a RAM or a disk overload. Let's see what I can do about maybe clearing some of this up. Maybe help it run better for you. Go ahead and restart your Discord, and feel welcome to come back. It'll still be your
Okay,
turn when
okay.
you get back.
All right, all right.
True. I'm gonna clear up some of these ghouls real quick. Try and make it a little easier on them. In fact, I'm gonna delete some of the trees from the tree line. I think everybody kind of understands where the borders of the town are.
I mean, you can delete some of the fire that's over here.
If you want to work on that, sure. Go for it.
No, that's a tile piece.
Huh?
Deleted a tile piece and not fire. I'm at least trying to keep the like radius of this fire. That should be enough.
Welcome back, Mark.
Can you hear me?
I can.
Yes.
Okay.
So far, I've cleared up like, I don't know, maybe 1,200 assets. So hopefully that helps out.
Bucky quit.
Like move somewhere safe inside the building maybe before more lives of fucking civilians would perish.
Mackett would suggest moving into the Green Dragon Shrine right here.
All right. So that's Mackett suggesting the Green Dragon Shrine. Everyone looks at each other. They seem
To
to.
handle safe.
Or say again, Bart. I heard 2 words of what you said.
Oh my god, the fuck. No. Like we can move as a group like near me, or Nine can like open the forge to generate light, whatever.
Yeah, you sound like good plans. it should be noted that all the way up to the town gate is currently flooded with light as it centers on where Arthur is now.
So, what's it gonna be? Are we fighting or?
I say we move to the Green Dragon Shrine, just as a. Well, just get the civilians there. We'll clear out the zombies, like right here, the ghouls right here, and we'll get them to the shrine.
We'll take that as the plan then.
Sounds
Alright.
good.
That said, Unga, do you have any last minute things for your turn?
I'm just gonna
Nah.
wait for them to gather up. And yeah.
Yes, sir.
I would actually shout that. That way, maybe Mur would be able to hear where we are.
I have his bird, and I'm pretty sure he can. Oh, shit. I'm pretty sure he can hear through his bird. I don't know what he can hear through, actually, but
He can see images through his pseudo dragon.
oh,
As for his imps, the imps could always be commanded to fly back and tell him stuff.
okay. I've been told I have temporary access to his bird, so
Very well. You can have him deliver that message if you like.
go tell Mur. That's the wrong button.
Mur, your
Caw caw, got it, homie. Caw caw.
Mur, your raven retreats back to you and delivers the message from German. Everyone seems like they're going to be heading towards the Green Dragon Shrine to kind of find solace there. And with that, with the plan in mind, we will go back to the start of the round, which is indeed Mur himself
What
with
about
his
Kamatha?
grandmother. Oh, she's here now.
Yeah.
Martha, hi. Anna, hi.
Hello.
Actually, did not hear the join message. Or the
It was a few
bidding,
minutes
whatever.
ago.
She joined like 10 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, welcome aboard. I need to let you know that you have indeed been bitten by a ghoul that hit rather a high attack on you during your absence.
How high?
Welcome
that
to the
said-
game. You're already injured. Get ready.
You were slashed for 15 points of splash damage. I don't know if you have anything that reduces that.
I don't think
like
I
any
do.
Okay. So that's 15 slash damage. Arthur was kind enough to volunteer to roll your con save.
But why would you
Um,
let Arthur roll anything for me? He did it on purpose.
Sorry.
he might have rolled a 2.
No, when
Um,
I'm absent, you let Mur, because we all know he cheats, and I'm gonna get a high number.
Oh,
That's true.
damn.
damn.
That's the double
Wow, I
roast.
was gonna tell him how much you actually took, or how much damage you actually took, but fuck you now. Because it wasn't 15.
Was it not? Was it
See?
12?
See,
No,
keeps my.
it was less than 15, but it wasn't
Thank
12
you.
either.
That's what I'm saying. We let Mur roll my rolls.
All right, we'll say it was 12. I remember it being double
Cheating
digits, but not
is
too
keeping
high.
track of
It was,
numbers
it was
accurately.
11.
11? All right, so 11 points of slash damage. Thank you, Mur. I appreciate you helping keep everybody honest in the face of being called a cheater.
Apparently, cheating is just keeping up with numbers slightly more accurately than everyone else.
Appreciate that
XD.
he has good keeping numbers skills. But don't let
Yes.
Arthur rolls for me. He'll cheat. He'll cheat the
I
way I don't
never
want
He'll
it.
cheat.
Everybody's fucking cheating now.
He'll cheat, but in reverse.
Yeah, the way I don't want it to be.
Aw. Well, I just rolled
Oh,
it in
looks
front
like
of
I
everyone.
rolled a 1. How tragic.
Well, I did roll double 1 with advantage yesterday or last time, so.
Exactly.
Anyway, Kamatha, we're going to attack you at the bottom of the initiative. Welcome to the game. Glad you're here. As for this splash that has occurred across your shoulder. Despite being blinded, despite being caught in the literal rays of an artificial sun, this ghoul had it out for you. This slash across you has caused you to take in some sort of, whether it be some kind of undead bile or toxin, you do not yet know. However, you do feel a bit woozy. Give me one more con save. Very well. It'll
15.
be reduced. It'll be reduced to the lowest of dice possible for this. You feel a bit shaken, almost as if some years have been taken off of your immortal life. This is possibly one of the first times you've felt the least bit mortal, despite having faced death. You take 3 points of Constitution damage. Your Constitution is reduced by 3 until you can get this cured.
Oh, fuck.
So I have no constitution.
Oh, it's just from your score, not your modifier.
Yeah, that knocks it down to like 10.
Hey, 10 is good.
No, it's not.
10 is an average human.
It's better than 0.
Yeah, don't get to 0.
Well, technically speaking, an average human is 8. But it's still 2 above that.
Remind me
But
to fight
in
you
any
later.
case,
Jody's
Remind
got
me
no
to-
Remind me to
constitution.
beat the shit at you.
in any
You
case,
right. Sorry. Ho.
you are you feel a bit woozy and almost intoxicated by this weird bile or poison. It is now your turn, Kamatha. Let me catch you up to speed on some things that have happened. A loud squelching and ripping of bone has been heard from the eastern alleyway. Real shrieks of terror have occurred as it has been called out that Shopmaster Everick has been taken down and ripped apart by ghouls. Herman has, for lack of a better phrase, blown his load at some passing undead ghouls.
You know, I don't really think it's for lack of a better phrase. I think there are, in fact, better phrases. There are so many. As you know, when you really think about it at all, there are just phrases out the ass.
Yeah, not in
How's
my
it
mind
for
because
that?
I wanted to say that. But anyway, Sherman's fire has severely hampered the southern crowd of ghouls, causing them to move at half their speed.
Bruh.
Both you and Nying have taken some hits from the ghouls. Mackett has caused a pillar of fire to occur from the bonfire in the middle of town as he is readying explosives. It has been called out amongst the crowd of people that everyone should start heading towards the dragon shrine in search of sanctuary. It's now your turn. You're caught up. It is your move.
So I'm like surrounded.
You have 2 ghouls next to you. One seems more focused on Nying rather than yourself. The one to your left is the little bastard that scratched across you.
Oh, I'm about to kick his ass.
Very well. I'll also say that radiant and fire have been the most powerful things against these creatures.
Oh, so you're giving me permission to burn the town down?
And there's already a burnt building next to you. I don't really see what else you could do.
How well
But
does
anyway.
Nying stand against fire?
How well does Nying stand against fire?
Yeah, that's a Mackett question.
Mack it.
Make
Back at
it
beach.
beach.
Given
Just
that
saying.
he's all metal, we'll assume pretty well. Even if it's not absolutely correct, we'll go with that he has resistance.
All right. So, just how many of them are around us?
Yes.
So 1, 2, 3. These 3 here are threatening you guys with attacks opportunity. Oh, there's one hidden underlying over here. So there are 4 in your immediate vicinity.
And if I just hit, say a very powerful fire attack, would it like scare off these over here?
Uh, Perhaps not so much. Right now, they are relying on their sense of sound, as their eyes have literally been melted from their sockets due to the radiance of the sun.
Does the sun cause any kind of like, if I were to say summon some elementals, will the sun enhance them any kind of way?
Probably not. However, it has been called out before that these ghouls do not have any regenerative powers as long as they are exposed to sunlight. Although there's one exception, but I don't think that was particularly called out. But in any case, these ghouls will not use their zombie-like fortitude to come back to life if they are destroyed while the sun is out.
All right. I'm gonna summon some of my elementals.
Very well. What elements are you summoning?
What element do you think I'm summoning?
I would assume fire.
Yes.
Very well. Let me fetch a fire creature.
And I apologize for the baby screaming.
I didn't hear it.
Can't even hear it.
Well, no, not right now. He screamed a few times.
I apologize for the screaming past tense.
Well, he's right here.
See.
You hear dice? That's him.
Hmm.
Because I gave him a dice bag as a rattle.
Starting them off
Oh.
early.
Back.
All right, Kamatha, you summon in a fire elemental. Do you have a particular place you would like to summon it? You can summon it within 30 feet. It's right there.
Yeah.
Very well. You summon your fire elemental. It comes roaring into life as its crackling flames wreathe it. It'll be quite intimidating for these undead if the poor bastards could see.
Wanted to attack this thing, right? The one that hit me.
Very well. You're having your elemental attack.
Really? What'd you
Yeah,
say?
really.
Fucking
You're having
hell.
your elemental attack it.
Yes.
All right, your elemental wheels around, obeying its master. It reaches one large demonic-looking claw, scraping across the back of this ghoul. Roll an attack damage, or roll for attack for this creature.
What's my roll for it?
It's D20 plus the creature's strength. I'm pretty sure I have this in source material. Let me double check. Maybe it's not source material. We're gonna store the fucking. Not there, not there. Is it character files? No, it's not character files. I know I had all of these pets as like a compendium, but I can't remember where I put the compendium. Oh, let's see. Maybe I put it in the official handbook. I think maybe I did that.
Alright, I was trying to get mommy to come get the baby. Let me see.
You want the bestiary, Jody?
Yes, I need the bestiary, absolutely.
Fire elemental. What are you wanting to know? It's in source material at the top.
Source material, very top. Okay, cool.
Not the very top, but it's up there. You'll see bestiary.
Oh yeah, there it is. This tiny ass thing. I'm gonna pin this now, so I can just look at pins and find it. Oh, you can't pin a thread.
No,
That's dumb.
that's why.
Well,
That's
just
why
click on the. Just click on the threads link at the very top of the channel, and you can click on companion bestiary, and within that you can find the fire elemental PDF towards the bottom.
Okay, and baby is gone. So, let's see.
Very well.
Got him.
Did you hear our instruction to find the fire
Yep,
elemental?
found it. I'm on here.
Very good. So, I believe it has multi-attack. So, basically swing twice and add its strength for each roll.
Okay.
Or, I think maybe it has a default plus to it. Let's see. Up. Attack. It has a +6.
Okay. So, what is it? A D20 and then 2d6s plus 3 for damage?
Uh-huh.
Alright. God damn it. That's a miss.
So that'll be a 12. That's enough to hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll the second attack for him.
7.
So that 7 is +3 as well for the damage. So that is 10 fire damage. Go ahead and roll the second attack. All right, very well. All of that damage is doubled because it's fire. Fiery touch is a special ability as well. If the target is flammable, it ignites and burns until the action is used to extinguish it. Oh, if this ghoul had lived past it, it would continue to burn or emit some amounts of fire damage. But the initial fire is too great. It falls and crumbles into ash before you.
Okay. Am I done, or can I still get the second attack like you said, or just roll 2 attacks on the same ghoul?
Well, to be honest, one of those attacks was enough to kill the ghoul, that very first one that you rolled. I'll say that the second amount of damage that you rolled a while ago can be used on a different ghoul.
This one right by Naeem.
Yeah.
This buddy.
All right, so what was the roll on that one? Let me look at the book. That was 5.
5.
So 5 plus 3, that's 8. So that's 16 fire damage, which is enough to kill it. This ghoul also crumbles to ash with a kind of spluttering sound that leaves its throat. All right. Any last actions for Kamatha? Any kind of movement or reaction to call out to people?
Besides what the hell happened, I really ain't got nothing else.
Very well. With that, we'll move to the top of the round, which is Mur and his grandmother. Mur, as you take your grandmother further away from this party, there's a loud commotion, so much happening behind you, and you're getting your grandmother out of all that. Despite this, she is constantly peering over her shoulder, uh, possibly wondering if maybe her undead husband is out there, being caught in all this flame and torturous damage. Um, the area has erupted in sunlight. Your path is clear to be seen. The only things that lie between you and the mayor's house are the traps that she would normally set. But as there was no one attending her station, the traps are currently not set.
I'm gonna dash to the door and throw her in and lock the door behind me. If I can get that far.
Very well. Movement is a matter of not really a matter of things here, as there's no ghouls in your way. You can move all the way there and wherever else you need to go. There's nothing stopping you or slowing you down.
We're gonna talk about
I
your
will
plan.
need an.
We're gonna talk about your plan later, but right now you're staying in here.
I'll need an athletics check as you force her through the door. She is not cooperative.
No, that's the ground. That's not the table, guys. Again. Athletics, 14.
Yes, sir.
I think it's 14. Let me confirm. Yes.
Let's see what she rolls. Still in too much shock. Still not really believing that all this is happening on her watch. And still just, in general, being too worried. You stow her inside and lock the door behind you.
I want to make sure these two torches are lit as well.
Absolutely lit, although they shine kind of feebly in the sunny sky. They pale in comparison.
That's fine. I probably don't know how to deal with traps in terms of, like, I have sleight of hand, so I don't know if I'd be able to, but I'm going to just go into the assumption that I don't know how to reset these traps. And,
That's probably a safe bet, given that you're not a tactician.
yeah, and then I'm going to head back towards the group.
Very well. I will say that you can get within 60 feet of the town square.
60 feet.
There you are. You have ran your routes. Any action or free action that you would like to take?
Nah, just that I'm back. I'm back, bitches.
All right. Murr shouts across the commotion, announcing his return. He is alone this time, aside from his ravens and his pseudo dragon. It can be assumed that he has gotten his grandmother to safety. All right. With that, we will continue on to Herman. Herman, turn falls to you.
Me. I'll shit.
Does go to say, Herman is highly aware of his situation, as he has heard multiple people call to the horde that is closing in on the area. It seems that they no longer care for light or the fire, and are now relying purely on sound. They are blind. They are doing what they can. Fire no longer deters them.
I will start Let me see what I can do. Maybe I can do something clever.
Well, does me
Maybe
screaming that
maybe I can be
like
smart.
alert them at all?
Absolutely, there are several. As
Reggie. I'm sorry. That's what it sounded like.
okay, these three look towards humor. So feel free to continue on with your turn, Sherman. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I trying to figure out something to do. That's cool. I don't know. You said these three start to kind of move that way, or they just
They
turn that way.
turn. They do an about face towards Mur as he calls out.
Okay. I will make a, let's see, 10. Fuck. Can't do that. I will just dash then. Yeah. So I'm going to dash 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60. Wait,
Very well.
Forgot I can arrow.
I'll ask this: are you doing this stealthily at all?
Once I get here, I would start like whistling and shouting.
Very well. Up until the points of just past the ghouls, your loud root-like feet stamp upon the cobbled street. One ghoul nearby is able to reach you. It's going to swing at disadvantage. It widely misses. A feeble attempt to claw at one of your legs. You have made it to where you are. Give me a stealth check.
A stealth
just
check?
a stealth check. Yes, sir. If you would like them to not follow you.
No, I said I start whistling and shouting.
Oh, my fault. My fault. In that case, performance. Why not?
Performance. My performance score. My performance is it's great. It's quite wonderful. 12.
At 12. That's good enough. You hear another shrieking roar from some of these undead as they turn their heads your direction. You see Yorva up the path ahead of you. She seems to be running for the tavern still. You can assume that she has not heard the updated plan of running to the Dragon Shrine.
That's all right. I
very well.
think that will be my turn. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Very good. On to Everett's turn. Oh wait, he's dead. Munch, nom nom. Belch.
Wow,
On
that was
to
kind of
Wilma's. Onto Wilma's turn. She scurries out from underneath the table, still holding one of the chairs in her hands. She's overheard the plan, and she huddles herself near her hero, Arthur.
My hero.
That's all the villagers left here. Oh, yeah, Yorva. Yorva continues bolting down the path. Seems like nothing is stopping her in her wake. I will say that she is out of combat at this point and has wrestled herself into the tavern. She was instructed to leave the tavern open and available for people to run in. is soon joined by Sven, although maybe not everyone knows that.
Your ice cream.
Yeah, get your
Okay.
ice cream, damn it. That said, those townsfolk are doing what they're doing. Moving on. Arthur and Mackett, your turns are close together. There's no ghouls or villagers between you. You are welcome to take your turns again at the same time if you wish. That said, Arthur is up first if he prefers to do it alone.
Hmm. All right.
I'll be back in 2 minutes.
Yes,
I
sir.
think I'll just do the classic here. I'll heal Kamatha. Well, she's the only one who has taken damage, right?
So far, yes.
Right. And I'll use both of my heals on her. So bonus action and action I will use. Plus charisma. Plus 5. Yeah, that's 26 HP.
Very well. Kamapa, you feel rejuvenated. All the damage that has been taken to you, aside from your constitution damage, has been undone.
And I'll pluck on the violin strings, you know. That, dun 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 dun. What's it called? You know, the fountain theme from Zelda. Whatever, you know. It's one of those.
Oh, the Great Fairy theme, yes.
I think so. You know, dun dun dun. It's usually played by a harp. You know, dun 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 dun. Yeah, that one.
Yep. All right. That said, are you continuing your Song of the Sun or Morning Dawn, whatever it is?
Yeah, I mean, all my songs are continuing, right? Because I have the songsmith. But if I am
Yes,
attacked, I
sir.
do have to do a concentration thingy.
That's correct. Anything else for your turn?
Uh, not really. Not really. Not for Arthur. Akan, though, will be valiantly protecting him. He will be, you know, or actually, you know, I guess I will be kind of taking cover behind Akan.
Very good.
So that if
You do
they
recall that
attack
the
him,
plan. You do recall that the plan is to uh, get yourselves to safety at this point. It seems that you are suddenly in charge of one of the villagers as she clutches behind one of your legs.
Oh.
Perhaps you should guard her way to safety, but that is up to
I
you.
wanted to vanquish. I'll ask the others. What about the vanquishing? Thought there'd be more vanquishing here.
Mackett would
Sending them
respond
to
with, "We
salvation."
just need to maim them. We need to." Mur wants them maimed. We need to get them to safety first.
Murray
I
just wants
see.
them maimed.
That's what he said.
Well, then let's
didn't hear that.
prioritize the citizens first, and then we'll get to the vanquishing. I see no way of saving these creatures, and as you've all seen, and I'll point to this poor guy,
Everett.
they seem to hold no regard to our lives. They hunger.
This is my hurt shoulder, Eva.
Alright, well, where is safety at this point?
It was shouted previously that the Dragon Shrine would be used for sanctuary.
Yeah, how would I get there without... Like, do I run through here? Here?
You could chance running through the ghouls, although they might get an attack opportunity if they hear you. Given that you're singing and playing your songs, it is likely that they
Run
will.
here.
However, Carmen has put on quite a performing distraction making them look towards him.
All right. And the temple is right there. Okay. I guess I will be leading my party of people over here then.
Very well. Good show. Wilma sticks to you.
I grab her
He
by
has
the
a
hand,
look
you
of
know,
panic and terror.
lead. Worry not, little
Alright.
rat. I will take you to safety.
Not Arthur and his rat girlfriend.
Her voice shakes. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. And she seems relieved that you're guiding her away from the ghouls.
Khan will be cursing. He's like, ah, I wanted the big titty goth to be over here. I have to go this fucking. Ugh. Ah! He's pretty pissed.
All right. That said, Mac, it is now on to your turn. It seems that Arthur was doing his own course of action, which is absolutely great. What are you doing, buddy?
We're clearing a path. We're getting as many people as we can together to actually get to the shrine now, since
I'm back.
it seems that's going to be the plan.
Welcome back, Mark.
Yep.
Maggot, give me what's your passive perception?
16.
Very good. You scan quickly around you. It seems like everyone seems out of here. Everyone seems to have an escort except yourself and Kamatha, although he has both Naing and a flame elemental. He seems to be in a pretty good spot. It seems that only yourself needs any sort of backup. Everyone else seems to have backup.
Seeing that, I'm going to draw a scale breaker, and if anything looks like it's gonna take a swipe, it's gonna get a swipe.
Very well. You reach for your trusty sword as, well, what's better backup than yourself?
I'm gonna tell
Um,
Naeem to help guard Kamatha.
Yes. There is a echoing yes from within his armored shell. You wield your sword. What are you doing next?
I'm making a line for the shrine.
Very well. Would you like to do that with a dash?
I would like to no. I would like to keep my action in reserve in case a zombie gets frisky.
Very well. Chart a course of, I don't remember if yours is 25 or 30 feet.
30.
All right, make your way.
Probably give me about here.
Very well. It's a very tight squeeze, but thankfully, the ghoul nearest you is quite distracted, thanks to Sherman's performance. You can see a very slender opening between the ghouls. You feel like with a successful stealth check, you'd probably dash between them unnoticed.
Yep. I'll give it. That would be a 15.
Very well. Let's see here. Well, disadvantage. Okay, cool. The nearest ghoul that could possibly detect you does not. It is instead focused on Sherman's taunting, gesturing, and whistling. You are able to make your dash action with no impediment.
Probably get to about right here then.
Very well. You dash on, accompanying Sherman. You see he's putting on quite the distracting performance. Would you like to aid him in this?
Yeah, I would. I would take my explosive
force to the whole room.
bolt off my and I would fire one like down here, farther behind Sherman.
And that was an explosive bolt, you said?
Yep, just to help draw the sound out.
Very well. I'll put this here as like a reminder of the direction. Ba-ba-dip. There's an explosion down the street. Ghouls. Give me a performance check with that, actually.
A performance?
You can make it. Yeah, you can make it an advantage as both you and Sherman are trying to alert the
It
ghouls
doesn't
this
matter.
way.
The first roll's in that 20.
Augers. So between you and Sherman, explosives and taunts, every ghoul in the vicinity raises their head slowly, looking away from their targets. Anyone immediately near a ghoul can make a immediate attack of opportunity against any ghoul they wish. I think that just narrows it down to Matha's Elemental and Nying.
Nine, I think, would stick by Kamatha, so whatever she does, he would mirror. If she makes an attack, he'll attack. If she moves, he moves.
Very well. Matha, you are presented with an opportunity as you see these ghouls raise their head in distraction, an explosion sounding behind you down the street. Would you like yourself or your flame elementals to attack?
Yeah.
Very well. Give me attacks opportunity at advantage on these creatures.
So 2 20s.
Yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. Very well. That definitely is a hit from the flame elemental. Let's see. Yep, it only has one reaction, so it will hit one target. So you can choose between this one or this one to hit.
Let's knock this one out.
Very well. It swings down upon this creature. Its face looking around, completely distracted. Go ahead and roll damage. A 5 or better will just one-shot it. Voila. The 5 is doubled to 10. The ghoul collapses into ash. Alright, so Nying seeing the elemental swing. Give me a roll for Nying, Mackett.
That's a 19.
That is enough to hit. Roll damage.
Okay, that is. I've got to break out a D12 for this one, boys.
Yes, sir. Also, what damage type is Nying's stuff? Is it slashing right now?
Yes.
Okay.
That is a 8 damage. Yeah.
8 damage.
Well, 8 plus. Sorry. 8 plus 5, 13.
Very well. The ghoul is severed in half. There's a strange phenomenon as like a purple bile ejects from this. It looks like it starts to regenerate at first. However, the sunlight quickly burns away this purple goo. This ghoul has crumpled
Did I
and
see
does
that?
not seem to return. Yes, you did.
Okay, can I make note of it?
Sure.
All right.
That said, that was the resolution of Mackett's turn. Is there anything else you want Nine to do? Just stay in guard, or do you want him to start
Yeah.
retreating?
Start retreating.
Hey, I was using
Uh,
that.
You seem quite safe now.
I was using that.
Jeez. All right. Let's see. He didn't actually take an action to attack, so you are welcome to use a full dash action for Nying if you wish.
Yep. I'll basically get to right where Mackett is. And if I had to make this little squeeze right here, Naing's basically just gonna bowl them over.
You know what? I'll allow it. Do an athletics check.
That is a 15 for him.
15. He bowls over them, no problem. In fact, this one here falls onto the ground. It has now resorted to crawling. All right. That's it for Mekit Naing. That's it for Arthur. Is now on to the ghoul's turn. So every ghoul has pretty much heard the commotion. They're all going to start moving in the direction of the explosion.
Good, good.
You're still working off your stealth check, Mackett. These ghouls walk directly next to you, although their last check in hearing is based on the sound of the explosion. They are wandering right next to you, and that is as far as they can go. You see these poor bastards just making their way. Eh, Actually, nah, these guys will stay here. They've already found a meal. The ghouls in the alleyway, uh, they are still consumed with descending themselves upon Shopmaster Everick, just chomping and munching away at him. At the end of this round, there's pretty much nothing left of Everick except for chewed up armor, a sword that has been callously thrown aside, being stained by dirt and mud. Boots have been ripped off his feet.
A single tear from Mackett. No.
Who's Everick again?
He's the shopmaster. He's the one that was crazed about killing the undead and was looking for pretty much any excuse to fight them.
Boy, that's a
Although-
lot of free loot now.
Oh, that's tragic. Hate to hear it. Sorry, guy.
Although things did not go his way in the battle, he choked the moment that he was in their face.
Yeah, that's how the people like that go.
That said, that's pretty much it for the ghouls. Mur, it is now on to you. Oh wait, no, excuse me. Ungabunga, and then Kamatha. So, Ungabunga, it is now, or Valdir, it is now on to you. It looks like you are in charge of Scott and a small hound.
Am I able to cast a holy damaging spells like without a kill attempt?
You
Like leave them on 1 HP.
Are you talking about like Smite?
Yes, sir.
You feel like that would be counterproductive if you want to keep them alive. In fact, since these are undead, they would take massively more damage because of the type of spell it is.
Yeah, but they also been stunned for a wisdom modifier, like number of rounds. No.
Jody,
Okay, so
Well,
it's not
if you
possible.
want,
non-lethal.
Yeah.
unfortunately, you can't use non-lethal on range in Magic.
I know.
However,
Oh.
if you want to gamble it, it is only a D12 and their HP is 10.
Yeah, but my wisdom
I will say you can
modifier is
choose
like
not
what?
to add your wisdom.
It's an automatic crit though, doesn't it?
Okay.
For radiant damage? For holy damage?
Let's see. Let me look at Smite.
I'm just talking against zombies and shit.
In WoW that is true. In this, it'll just be like basically double damage, just as if something weak to fire would take double fire damage.
So I basically need to roll 4 or lower.
Pretty much.
But I take
Let's see.
crit.
Smite. Yeah, 1d12 holy damage is dealt to the enemy spell attack roll. The spell can crit on an 18 or higher. Undead are stunned for rounds equal to your wisdom modifier if this hits. So yeah, yeah, it's not an auto crit for undead, so you are absolutely welcome to make the attempt.
But it's an auto crit against me. Gotcha.
Yep. Get good.
Oh, wait, has that happened before?
It's a thing for if I become a zombie or anything undead.
Oh, damn, get good.
Are you right now undead?
No, I'm not undead, but apparently if I turn into it, I'd get fucking. It's a crit. But
Hit on.
Yeah.
everyone else is just like, ah, da, da, da.
La 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 la
Okay,
la la
so
la 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 la. Ha ha.
I understand that, and that's also in the book. I'm not gonna bullshit. So, it would be an auto crit. However, if Unga simply, or if Valdir simply decides to reduce his, shall we say, chance to crit, then that's okay too. Best of both worlds.
Mhm.
You can choose to do non-lethal, right?
You cannot non-lethal with spells or ranged attacks.
Oh, okay.
Well, I'll try. I have
Yes, sir.
3 luck rolls as well. So 4 or lower.
All right, very good.
So any undead I see, and the wisdom modifier is 3, so 3 rounds stunned.
Yes, sir. Yep, number of enemies equal to your proficiency. Um, let's see how many of these. Or
What?
what's your proficiency at? Let's see. Praise as your god to smite enemies that you can see. You smite a number of enemies equal to your proficiency modifier with
Oh.
Holy Lightning. So, what's your proficiency? 3 or 4?
3.
Right.
Oh, I
at
thought
least
it's all the enemies I can see. What the fuck?
unfortunately,
God
no.
damn.
That would be too good. Oh, you see an undead horde like just massing across the entire hilltop. Yeah, you hit everything.
Hashtag get fucked.
But I mean, on the right side, that does mean that there's no range to this spell. So if you see it like a mile away,
Uh-huh.
you can still hit it. So I'll say pick 3, or do you want to go with another plan of action?
Safely. Or If they are stunned, can they like do the attack of opportunity?
They cannot.
They cannot, right? Okay, yeah. So these three around the bonfire.
Yes, sir. You zap these with Holy Lightning. They are stunned for rounds equal to Wisdom modifiers. That you said that's 3?
3.
All right, I'll go ahead and put those on their sides. And
I'll just call out
just
the two
understand what
guys
happened to
next
them.
me.
All right, Scott and the Hound.
Yep. Let's go to the, what's it called? Dragon Shrine building.
Yes, sir. For you, you could choose to have them run with you, and they will run at your same speed. You have 30 feet of movement available, given that you used an action to smite. You can tell them to charge on ahead if you feel comfortable. That would allow them to move 60 feet instead of your 30 feet.
Yeah. I will tell them to catch up on 9 or with 9.
Very well. They make for the safe haven of the radius of the colossal robot. All right. Anything else for Ungabunga's turn?
Nope.
All right. Very well done. Good protection of the innocents. Kamatha, it is now your turn. You can't help but notice that most of the crowd behind you has begun to disperse and run away. All the undead seem distracted for the moment. The ones nearest you have been burned and destroyed with fire and a giant robot. The daylight is still present, and well, can't help but feel just a bit safer in the situation that you're in. You overheard the plans to run towards the Dragon Shrine. Do you also participate?
I mean, I guess if I must.
Yes, ma'am. You want to consume your action for dashing, you are welcome to do so. If you'd rather hold your action for more spell casting, that is also your option.
Now me and my fire elemental just catch up with everybody.
You can move yourself 60 feet.
So where does that put me about?
Each tile is 5 feet. I know it's kind of hard to see with the grass. All right, so about the end of that line there.
Okay. I don't know how to move both, so.
I just drag your mouse across multiple units.
Okay.
There you go. You run and catch up. Your fire elemental nearby alerts a nearby ghoul, which was posted up on the fence, trying to climb over it. However, it's too busy trying to climb feebly, as this is one that has been reduced to crawling. It doesn't even bother to try and make an attempt towards you, especially with the burning sensation of the fire elemental next to you.
I'll leave it be. For now.
That
I keep
said,
my eye on it.
That said, pretty much everyone has escaped the situation of being surrounded by ghouls. The ghouls will not be attacking for pretty much another whole round, which most of you will have resolved yourselves into buildings and, just helping others into buildings. If everyone is okay with it, I'd like to go ahead and cease initiative and just have you all do pretty much one more round of where you wish to end up being. The rest of the ghouls will remain outside and not able to attack you.
I'm okay with that, yeah.
Nope. I'm okay with that.
I'm okay.
All right. Very well. Go ahead and situate yourselves wherever you like, whether that be the tavern or the Dragon Shrine. Uh, very well. I will ask a few situational things. Ungo, would you or Lord Valdir, would you like to go ahead and move yourself to the Dragon Shrine? Very good. I'm just scanning the battlefield for anyone else. I'll go ahead and situate Baba Yaga back at her place.
Oh, there is a little tree man. No.
Oh yeah,
Son.
yeah, he immediately took the form of a tree or a shrub to kind of blend into the environment. No ghoul has even noticed him.
Okay.
I'm a snake.
That being said, the only things that can be heard from within the shrine are the shufflings and crawlings and munchings of the zombies. They can be heard getting closer. However, it does seem that after a few minutes, their pursuit stops short. It seems that they cannot get any closer than they already are to the Dragon Shrine. See, doing one last scan. With that, we will end our combat. Let me change the music real fast. Alright, there we go. Kamatha, do you keep your fire elemental conjured? I don't remember if it costs mana per round or not.
I'll let him go. I don't need him right now.
Very good. I'll go ahead and save this figure as a unique figure. I will rename it simply Fire Elemental dash Kamatha.
Unless I decide to name him something else.
Fair. And I'm going to save him as a unique creature. That said, whenever you hit space to pull up your UI, there's a small creature with a crown at the upper right. You can click on that, and you can find him anytime that you want to conjure him.
Okay.
So for now, I will dismiss him. Uh, as you let your fire elemental down, you take a quick glance outside as you dismiss your elemental spell. You can see that the ghouls have stopped in their tracks. They have raised their noses, but they can smell nothing but the black powder of the explosion that is nearby. They have lost all trace of scent of any passersby, and they do not seem to hear anyone as you're all huddled up within a building. That said, we are now out of combat. The dragon spirit greets you all. Ah, well, isn't this a lovely gathering? Welcome.
Looks like they
Why
gave
do
up.
you all look so panicked?
The horde.
There's a lot of
outside.
dead things outside.
I see. Give me but a moment. Are they pursuing you?
No, I made sure that I threw him off with that explosion.
Are they nearby?
They're right.
Most likely.
Right outside the door almost.
His lips kind of purse on each other, flattening his expression. He raises a single hand, directing it towards the gate. Yeah. There it is. A wall of ethereal swords appears at the door to the shrine. It seems to seclude all of you within, and it also seems quite threatening to any who would try and enter.
Thanks, not the evil Jade Dragon.
Your thanks is most kind. There are not many offerings left here on the table. The villagers keep bringing food for whatever reason, but I cannot enjoy it. You are welcome to eat what is here. He gestures to the table. There's a variety of several kinds of veggies, mostly carrots and tomatoes, apples, and ears of corn.
What would be more to your taste then?
Oh, for my consumption. Just stories. Brave and heroic stories.
I'll just kind
I
of
know
look
Which-
over
just
it.
the guy.
I kind of want to look over at, like, glance at Scott. Oh yeah, Scott. By the way, you're talking to a dead dragon. He's really nice, though. You should probably get to know him.
Great Scott!
Scott looks up, looking around. You see him staring directly at the dragon statue itself. Oh, who exactly are you talking to?
The dragon.
It's it would it be kind of he can't hear us? He can't hear the green
Or
dragon?
see it.
Would that be pretty evident?
It seems that way. Given that you guys have responded and given thanks to some entity, he looks very confusedly up at the dragon statue.
Ah, seems he cannot hear the green dragon.
Is there a way to make him hear it?
Hmm. Give me an Arcana check.
I'll kind of walk over to him while she's in the middle of thinking about that, and I'll take the necklace off of me, and I'll just kind of place it around him for a second.
Very well. As you don the necklace upon Arthur, or not Arthur, Scott. Scott's eyes widen, at first in terror, and then in weak interest, as he eyes the green dragon spirit up and down. He takes note of the fancy armor and blade that he wields. My God.
Yeah, he's kind of a nice guy.
Arthur, or damn it, Scott. Let's see. Let me give a roll to see how reverent he's feeling. Oh,
Very.
He
Not at
falls to his knees instantly at the sheer majesty.
I was gonna say it was gonna be quite crass or making
Uh,
us a joke.
I mean, and it, I don't know. It can go both ways for me for that kind of thing because I would think of that as a kind of like a will save, almost. Like, oh my god, I see a
Sure.
god. Holy shit! Wait, hold on.
Yeah, I like that even better. He looks immediately at the offering table. He scrounges in his pocket. He slaps 30 gold onto the altar. Oh, green. Sure. Sure. Uh, I I didn't realize there was anyone ever here. That is quite all right. Not many notice my presence. At least until I allow them to. With that, after a few moments of awkwardness, he tells Scott to rise, uh, saying that he is no deity to be worshipped, but merely an ally and friend.
And a friend he is.
Uh, Scott looks a lot less panicked now, given by the spirit's generosity.
And as I go back up to him, I'll start to take my necklace off of him. Now, if you hear us talking, that's who we're talking to. You probably can't see him after I take this off unless he wants you to. So
At this
I
point,
just didn't want you to think we were all fucking crazy.
I mean,
Uh,
there's a lot of reasons he might think we're crazy, but not this one.
I'd like to start playing the Song of Heroes to,
Oh,
and
God.
I'll just go on. Yeah, just bring up some good old legendary stories and mythical stories of heroes
And
as an
I will
offering
say
to this green
this,
dragon.
that way I can say I said it. I put the necklace back on.
Fair enough. Important. Arthur, as you conjure up the Song of Heroes, well, first, I would like to ask, are you dismissing the Song of the Dawn, or whatever you call it? Or are you continuing that?
I mean, I could continue it, but at this point, it's already turned off. It only lasts for like 5 rounds, I think.
Fair
Or
enough.
for a moment. Yeah, so.
Let me reset the scene here, because it is, of course, nighttime.
And it's night.
There we go. All right. So night has fallen. The sounds of uh the zombies, it can be heard that their steps are starting to walk away. Perhaps now in search of something living to eat. Go ahead and move them. You're playing your Song of Heroes, Arthur. As you play the song, a humanoid figure, a ghostly figure, appears before you, whirling around
Shoot.
within the room. Yes, sir. Um, this is a strange-looking figure, but suddenly your words seem to find exactly his story, despite you not particularly knowing him well. This fellow wears a gold mask and a hood. He has a shining steel whip in one hand and a short sword in the other. A long cloak hides most of his appearance, and he wears what looks like some very impressive plate armor. You sing of the hero of Burnhall. Uh, his life ended short due to illness, curse left upon his family. But you
Yeah, I know
continue.
that guy. I remember him.
Alright.
He's dead now.
I'll say something along the lines like the golden masked fellow, all his enemies will tremble, and I'll continue on like that as
Very
I
well.
get his inspiration from him.
All right. Your song continues onwards as you sing of his past deeds, besting one of Dog or one of Jade's lieutenants, uh, saving people of Drogon and escorting them heroically and dutifully to the town of Camelon. Uh, you also sing out about his generosity and reconstruction of Camelon. Uh, let's see, Sherman and Mackett.
While he's actually doing that, I want to take out the whip that he is holding.
Very well. You bring out a shiny, reflecting whip. Is curled up. As you hold it, it seems like there is a sudden presence, like a magical presence to the whip. One that you did not notice before. The spirit of Burnhall himself walks over and touches the handle of the whip, looking intently at you through his mask. You hear one word, Mackett. Or not one word, one phrase. See you soon. The
Okay.
whip that you now hold glows with a rather impressive light, and it feels suddenly much warmer than it had when you first pulled it out. Arthur, have a +1 inspiration for impressing the green dragon spirit. The green dragon spirit washes upon you as you sing this tale and bring forth a literal hero of the past.
And she's currently fighting Liam over it because
Well, that is quite the tale.
So I think I'm gonna have to go buy another one.
I hope this offering was to your tastes. Perhaps tastier than
Absolutely.
the tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Didn't even like them in life.
You've eaten tomatoes?
I'm gonna look over at Sherman while that conversation's happening. Someone should probably go tell Yorva that we're here instead of keeping the door open at the inn.
As you speak
I return.
Yorva's name, very well. Welcome back. As you speak Yorva's name, Scott jumps, realizing she's not there. Yorva! He dashes out the front door.
Fucking dumbass, and I'll run after him. Whip still in hand.
Very well.
That's kinky.
As Mackett and Scott burst out into the cool night air, there is very simply just one ghoul in the path. As Scott's hurrying forward, he stops with a quick gasp as the ghoul turns its face towards him, its eyes still missing. It sniffs intently like a dog, like a hound, looking for its next meal.
Mackett's gonna step up beside Scott and use that new whip.
Very well. Now this is not one that you've crafted, yes? Are you proficient with whips?
I'm proficient with simple weapons, yes.
Let's see, is a whip a simple weapon or exotic? Let me look that up.
I know a whip sword is exotic. Would you consider this a whip sword?
Let's see. Whip 5e is finesse, reach. It is a martial weapon, actually.
Okay.
So you can swing, but not with proficiency.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's fine.
It has a 10-foot range.
Yep. I'll crack that motherfucker.
As you crack this whip, go ahead and give me an attack roll.
16 plus number.
It's finesse, so you can use strength or dex.
So 16, 20.
Dirty 20. As you crack this whip, there's a almost righteous sound as it cracks across the creature's body. Almost like a entire verse of a holy hymn in one fell swipe of the whip. The slash across it glows brightly. Roll. What's the damage of that? Let me see.
So is she not working every day then?
Roll 2d4 and then add an additional d4 of radiant damage.
She only working
Second.
mom or just
2d4. That is 6 slashing damage and then 4 radiant. So 10.
Alright. Did you double the radiant?
No. So that would be 8.
14.
Alright, so 14. Very good. In one slash, the steel whip cuts directly through the rotting flesh of this ghoul, cutting all the way through the spine, causing it to fall into two halves. Its very face erupts with radiant damage. It falls to the ground.
she fed up of always having
Stares at you and then at the whip.
No, I was saying she got a third row.
That is-
Saying was she fed up
that is
with
quite an
always
artifact.
when she wanted to take all of
Get your
But
ass
you'll-
back inside the building. I'll go get Yorva.
I insist. And with that, he starts to dart off again.
This motherfucker
He
will
seems
take
to
it
be
back,
dashing. Yeah. He seems to be dashing much faster than you, given his human-sized stature. He makes it to the door just moments before you do. With that, we'll go back to the party inside the Dragon Shrine. The Green Dragon Spirit looks over at Kamatha. There is something painted here. And then he, his eyes follow upon the slash across her shoulders. What's happened?
Something slashed me when I wasn't paying attention.
AFK.
Yeah.
I see. Oh. He looks around in the room. Ah, Valdi. You grace me with your presence.
The
Valdi,
fuck?
it is time for you to cleanse this wound, is it not?
What?
I'll whip out my axe.
No.
No.
Purge the city.
Jesus.
Look, when we say
The
purge,
dragon
we
spirit.
don't mean Arthur's purge.
The dragon spirit squints his eyes at you. Let's see. Are you at the point in your what you call it? Yeah. Are you at the points in Diviner where you've learned the cleanse ability yet? I don't remember if you are or not.
Divine. No? Jody,
Yes.
what ability?
Sorry, say it one more time, Bart.
He said what ability?
What ability?
Let's see. I'm scrolling down. Scrolling down. Wait, where's cleanse? Did I delete cleanse at some point by mistake?
Oh boy.
I don't know.
Yeah, cleanse was supposed to be a level 2 or 3 diviner. Ah, well, I'll add it later. For now, the dragon spirit reaches out a gauntleted hand and
Fondles.
reaches almost as if to shake hands with you, Valdir. I will guide you in learning how to cleanse wounds.
Am I about to be a test subject so
Me?
Arthur Gore knows how to do something?
Yes.
Absolutely. Prepare yourself.
I'm about to die.
What? No. What?
God.
Thanks for the
Die?
trust.
To
What?
Barth?
No.
Who
no,
would do that?
No.
Alright,
Alright. What do you want
Valdir,
me to do?
just
Okay.
close your eyes, put your hand upon the wound, and allow my mind enter your mind.
Yes, sir. I'll do
Shady
that.
when Arthur heals people.
Very
What you
well.
saying?
Valdir, as you close your eyes and put your hand upon Kamatha, the dragon spirit puts his hand upon your shoulder. There's a reverent silence. Your vision, as you close your eyes, is clouded with green fog. There's a low mumble of a ritual echoing throughout your skull. Before you realize it, you notice that your own mouth is speaking this ritual. Kamatha, you are now relieved of your ailment.
Thank you.
With a shine, the wound closes and it no longer looks purple or tainted. Your constitution is restored back to its normal amount.
Yay, my +1 is back.
Uh, we'll say at level 2 Diviner, Ungabunga. At level 2 Diviner, you can learn the Cleanse spell, which I will develop later after this session.
Oh, all of a sudden,
Oh,
one's
thank
up.
you.
One's
Thank
a
you.
lot, isn't it? Huh, come on, I see.
I missed my one.
You hear that, Jody? All of a sudden, one's real is a lot. You're in there, bud.
I'd say that's a lot.
But the Dragon Spirit takes his hand off of your shoulder, Valdir, and you are restored to your normal awareness. Um, you definitely have
Thank you
a
very much,
better
Dragon Sir.
you definitely have a better idea of how to perform more small miracles like this. And you feel like more practice in this subject will definitely allow you to do this more often.
Oh, okay.
In other words, level up. um, there. All is well. I still yet to have waters within the temple, otherwise I would invite you all to rest within them to recover. But, well, his voice just kind of trails off in thought. What about the rest of you? Arthur, what are you doing as Wilma looks around just confused?
I think the worst has come to pass.
Someone should probably show her that we're not just talking to a rock.
Yeah.
Well, as you saw, we have been blessed by the great dragon. As we remain here, we are very safe. And I would
She
recommend that
nods.
we stay here until the sun and the dawn or the morning starts again. Yeah.
She nods meekly and hurriedly. Uh, you see her gazing around at the floor, uh, almost, almost, not just with a worried face. It seems like she's trying to search for something.
Mm-hmm. Did you lose something?
Oh, no, not really. There's just, well, there's nowhere for me to dig here.
Well,
Dig
no.
for what?
Yeah, well,
She's a
what you
mole.
need to dig
Dig,
for.
dig. She just digs.
Diggy, diggy hole.
Dig,
You can give me a nature check, Valdir.
Is this like something where she has
Okay.
to like maintain her claws?
He has
No,
to
no, no.
dig all the
Better
time
teeth.
in order to have a claw sharpened.
+1, so 8. Big fail.
8. It's pretty common knowledge that the Molkin tend to sleep underground at night. Um, Despite, living in houses and the like whenever they move to villages. They usually have a spot within their home, a cellar or basement, in which they have exposure to earth.
Well, I'll look around, and am I able to, like, poke my whatever weapon X on the side of these like panels? So I don't know the English. To like,
Like the
lift it
marble
up.
tiles.
Yeah, if it's like a plate, if it's not like big fucking cube, if it's just a plate, I might be able to just lift it up, and
This
there
man's
will
going
be
to
like
defile
dirt
the Green
under.
Dragon's temple
Mm-hmm.
in
It,
order to
it
fucking have
does
his damn
It's
hole
just
stuck somewhere.
for tonight.
Don't
I'll
fucking
does
kill
be
the
seem-
dragon.
big man.
it does seem like a simple plate.
Uh, can I? I'll ask the green dragon. It's just for tonight.
Make yourselves at home.
Okay,
He
so
gave
I'll
you
do that.
permission to break the floor.
All right.
Here,
So,
Wilma.
with a wedging of your axe between the slabs, you're able to expose the earth underneath the shrine. There's a small hovering of mist above the grass. The tile itself seems to fade from existence as you lift it up from the ground. Don't worry, it will come back.
Okay.
Wilma seems quite happy. She throws a astounded glance your way. She sees you in your godly form. Her eyes begin to shine with awe. You are so kind.
Yes, I am God of War. I will slaughter you and family for the slightest transgression.
God.
And I also.
With that,
Sorry, go.
hey,
I'll also take one of my rations, and
Ration.
of Russian, yeah, whatever,
Russians.
and offer it to the dog.
To the dog?
Yeah, I'm gonna have a.
That's even worse than saying rat.
all right.
Nah, he has
As
like a
you
backpack on him. Hey,
Oh, he's talking about the actual dog. Okay.
Ah.
wow, as you offer food to the dog, you can't help but see his eyes are filled with sorrow. He is sitting down, his tail tucked underneath him. It looks as if he's mourning his master.
Wah. Anyways.
It's okay, Fido. You can come with us. Your life expectancy will drop dramatically.
Yeah, you'll join your master faster than you can say. "Arr."
and I'll like transform back to my normal, Manilo body, and just pet the dog and stay with him.
Very well. As you pet the dog, he's a bit stubborn at first. Give me an animal handling check. You can do this at advantage as you have offered him food.
Oh fucking! What's the advantage? 1d4.
You just roll again and take the higher number.
Oh, okay. Nice. And animal handling is +1.
All right, very well. With a 19, absolutely. You pet the dog and comfort him. It's several minutes before he accepts this, but he begins to relax under your hand, and he lays his hound-like face in your lap. His eyes close, finally, at a little bit of peace.
All right. Well, should we get some shut eye until dawn? I don't know what time is it like. Do we have a
Oh,
general
it just turned night. I-
like
It has
knowledge
been
of
night
how many
for
hours until dawn? Maybe an hour.
until dawn. So it is late spring, so the days are a bit longer. It is probably about maybe 9:30 at night right now.
All right.
Uh, that said, the green dragon spirits. I will forfeit my appearance for the night and use it to focus my abilities on comfort and luxury for those of you who are staying.
Luxury.
That said, he looks around at each of you inquisitively, as if seeing who is staying the night.
I am. 'Cause 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 I am.
I mean, I could get comfy.
No issue staying in the shrine.
Very well. With that, he disappears with a rush of green mist. Uh, his his body fading back into the dragon statue. Uh, within several minutes, uh, more green mist appears and solidifies within the room, conjuring strange web-like hammocks throughout the area.
Completely normal phenomenon.
So there are now hammocks available to rest in. They might not be the most comfortable, uh, however, it is probably better than laying on the marble floor.
Uh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna use the
eh,
hammock and I'll place my bedroll next to me for a dog, maybe if he wants to, lay down.
Sure. Unga Bunga, as you go to get up from your sitting spot with the dog, he puts a heavy paw on your lap as if asking you to stay.
Can we keep him?
Okay, then I'll whip out my bedroll and just stay there on the bedroll with him.
Very well. Uh, that said, bleh. For everyone inside the Dragon Shrine, how are y'all getting comfortable? Anyone using the hammocks, or are you just
Yeah,
on
I'd
the
use the
floor?
hammock.
Got better rolls?
I'll use
I
one of the
definitely will be.
hammocks.
I definitely will be when I get back. This dumbass.
I'll put on
I
my
got you, Mackett.
golden slippers
Fuck
and I'll
you.
get
Fuck
some
you.
softer clothes.
Desecrate the freaking shrine to shoot his golden slippers just to be spiteful.
Yeah. Well, and I'll
Reference
put
shit.
on something akin to a fuck. What is it called? Tekke. The thing that you have on you when you sleep.
Like the
A
blindfolds.
blanket?
Blanket. Yes.
I was gonna say
Forgot
eye
the word.
shield.
Yes, I'll put on a nice blanket. And I'll have wait, where's my muse? Can you spawn her? I think we forgot to spawn her.
I don't think I have her on this map.
I think
Or-
she's
Bring her?
actually in the inn right here. Doesn't she wear a red dress?
She's gold
She's got that
food
red
right now.
dress on. Okay,
Let's
yeah.
see. Oh, yeah, she's actually there. She's at the tavern.
Okay, yeah. Well, the thing is, from what I presume, she's kind of my a figment of my imagination or something. I'm not sure yet.
Sure. There you go.
Woohoo!
All right. So she's settling down with you. Um,
I'll ask her
as you all,
to sleep or to sing a lullaby for me as I go to sleep.
Jesus Christ, what a baby.
spoiled ass. All right. As you all settle down for rest, we'll turn it over to Murr and his grandmother. Murr, we are over at you. You see your grandmother pacing nervously up and down the office.
Just gonna talk to her. It's like, why would you plan a surprise party at probably the most inopportune time?
Well, I guess I just didn't think about it. To be honest, it just seemed like something nice and normal to have out of all this chaos. And well, her voice kind of trails off. Give me an insight check.
I want to see her dead hubby again.
Insight, you say?
Mhm.
Easy for me. 22.
You can see a somewhat guilty look on her face. It definitely seems upset about the night and everything that's happened. Um, However, whatever this last statement is that she's holding out, it seems like she can't bring herself to say it.
You know, you can tell me anything.
Let's see. Uh, with tears in her eyes and a kind of crack to her voice now, uh, she says quietly, "I just wanted your grandfather, dead or otherwise, to be able to see his grandson one more time."
I'm gonna just like walk towards the fires. Like, would you really want him to see or want to endanger everyone for something as simple as that? He cared about us, yes, but do you think he would want to also put others in danger?
Her silence is resounding. It seems like she still has more to say, but he is not fully willing to part with it. Give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion plus 8 to 10, 18.
18. You see her face is completely pale. She's not looking at you when she says this. "I've been talking to him every night, and he talks back to me."
Mm,
I'm gonna get
for Cocoa Puffs.
Ford and Flamsy out and like brew a strong cup of tea.
So that was the.
Sure.
Cause
Uh,
sit down.
As your cooking pot mutters something about having tea a horrible time of day or an ungodly time of you urge your grandmother to sit down. She doesn't do so at first, but after a few moments of silence, she finally does.
And then I'll join her after the tea is done. I'm going to ask this once. How are you communing with him? And when do you commune with him?
Let's see. What's your passive perception? I know it's pretty good.
20 solid.
Jesus. All right. Uh, you notice her eyes dart towards the fireplace. Um, it is at this time. She has a urgent look on her face as she looks towards the nearest window, uh, as if making a note of the time. "Well, about this time every night, he he found a hidden path. Believe it or not, a hidden path straight to here."
I'll look at my watch. Earlier you said it was like 9 o'clock, so I'm like, it's like 9:30ish over here. So he comes here at 9:30, which means he should be here any second.
Well, I have to prepare for him, of course. Uh, just a moment. With that, she approaches the fireplace and puts out the fire. Um, she takes a heap of dirt from a nearby, uh, like a nearby barrel, and she uh scatters this dirt across the bottom of the fireplace, helping it cool down faster. Shouldn't be but a few minutes. After a few more minutes, as the fireplace cools, uh, a low scratching sound can be heard from underneath the fireplace panel.
You know, if you could commune with him here every night, it would have been easier to meet here, just you and me, instead of having a whole party during the worst time of the day.
You can see her arms are wrapped tightly around her front, almost as if hugging herself. Um, she looks extremely upset just about the entire situation. Uh, there's a slightly manic look to her face, as well as that of regret. I just I had this stupid vision that maybe he would at least be able to see you enjoying some of the festivities. I know it's stupid. I know. I know.
I'll come up like behind
And
her and give her a hug, be like, "It's it's okay. Your heart was in a good place, and I'm currently still, I guess, on adrenaline. I shouldn't be putting out any anger on you."
uh,
Like I've been
she
like
she starts to
absolutely.
sob. She starts to sob a bit, and her voice cracks again. Uh, Next words out of her mouth are, "Poor Everett." And then she mutters something about it's all her fault.
It's not your fault. The dead decided to rise.
Uh,
Or is it?
your comforts are cut short as there is a telltale grinding of stone at the back of the fireplace.
No, my fish.
Oh, that'll be him. Just, just brace yourself, Mer. He's
Could this
not
be a
exactly
scene
a
from something?
he's not exactly a pretty sight.
I've seen worse today. I'm still confused on how you can commune with him.
I don't really question it, to be honest. Let me see.
This game needs to stop moving this tile. Stop. It keeps bringing the roof back. I'm like, why?
Yeah, it's to do with the movements of your character. There's a there's a mode that you can check in settings where every time you move your character, it will automatically peel back the roof or set the roof to a certain height. And I had to turn that shit off. It was annoying me so bad.
I locked the green, so it should be fine now.
Let's see that one. Yeah, this will work. A few moments pass. She reaches in, helping move a rather large, boulder-sized brick at the back of the fireplace. It takes some team effort between her and whatever's on the other side. Very soon, you see a gaunt-looking, pale face and, well, a rather fully intact zombie wander into the light. Uh, Instead of a blank, ghoulish expression, you instead see emotion and surprise upon its face. Uh, Hello, Mer.
Hey, Gramps. I don't know how you're able to commune. It's good to see you in good health with like a little chuckle.
There's a cracking of skin as he tries to not smile, but it cracks his face anyway. Uh, Small patches of skin fall off of his cheek. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Oh, Murray, it is good to see you, boy. Looking at you here, now how you've grown, I am so proud. With that, he shuffles towards you a couple of steps, his arms held out as if to hug you. He then has a kind of a dread across his face, and he lowers his arms again. Sorry.
Like as his arms start to fall back down to his side, I like embrace him. It's good to see you. In these conditions.
You go to give him a hug, and hear several of his bones, kind of crack. Not in a bad way, just like popping somebody's back.
Mm-hmm.
He's quite fragile that you can feel under your arms. Is like hugging a very anemic person.
Gotcha. I know how that is.
With that, he wraps his full arms around you in a tight embrace. The strength of the undead clutches around you, maybe by accident. You feel a little crushed, but you can take it.
Easy. No issues here.
After a few moments, he releases his grasp upon you. Mur, there's things you should know about Romero.
Lay it on me. I don't think I could be that much surprised by this place.
There's a dry, cracked chuckle that comes from, well, somewhere within his body. Doesn't exactly seem to be coming from his face. It's kind of strange. With that, uh, his nose points up. Is that tea I smell?
Yeah, it's your favorite, Earl Grey.
Oh, good. Well, let's all have a cup and sit down for a bit. With that, he shuffles further into the house away from the fireplace. As he does so, you can't help but see a crude-looking ladder behind the boulder in the fireplace.
So I'm curious if speaking in undead would be easier for your body than speaking in common.
Well, not many know the language of the damned, but that is all right. For some reason, I myself. He seems to have ragged breathing. You wonder, does he need to breathe? Does he need to do the things humans do? Kind of hard to tell.
Does he have to take a piss after he drinks a few brews? Who knows?
True.
As I like walk up to him with his cup of tea, I'm like thoroughly inspecting him because he is a commodity in this situation. A very rare commodity.
You can give me an Arcana check.
Hold up, Granddad. You rare as fuck. Let me study you for a second.
27.
27. Are you doing this subtly, or are you being pretty blatant that you want to know more about him?
I'm being blatant.
Oh, don't look at me like that. I'm sure you've had that look cast upon yourself many a times. You're a creator.
Yeah, but I have no intention on poking, prodding, and torturing you.
Oh, well, that's a relief. I'm not really sure how people would react to me, aside from dear Janet. I'm glad to see that you are in the same likened heart.
Well,
With that, he seems to relax more and allows you to inspect him. What was that Arcana roll?
it was a 27.
27. Uh, Unlike the other creatures, there seems to be a light to his eyes, uh, somewhat magical in nature. Um, there is a familiar blue-looking glow emitting from them, very similar to that you saw the visage of,
The
what's
Orc
her name?
King?
Elaine,
Oh.
out in the swamp.
He's controlled by the Electric King. Get him.
Like, while I'm inspecting, I was like, well, I will tell you one thing. At least at least we can have some similar qualities, and I'll transform into a zombie while I inspect him a little bit. See, look, we look the same.
He gives a cackle, but then a concerned expression crosses his face. Are you dabbling in the dark art, my boy?
Uh, Dabbling is a small form of it. Can you really dabble if you go feet first into a pool?
Oopsie doopsie. Sorry, Dad.
Don't worry about
Oh,
it.
grandson.
Don't worry about that. This knowledge will be more useful now than it has ever been. Have you?
Oh, I should have been more present. I should have went with you.
Yeah, there's no reason
He
for that.
he puts his hands up to his forehead.
It's all good.
He does look a bit stressed.
Enjoy your Earl Grey a little bit.
He reaches a hand shaking towards his tea. He manages to get it to his completely dried lips. As he takes a sip, some of it falls through the bottom of his jaw. Some of it makes it further inside him with a loud, echoing trickle into the cavity that is his chest.
Oh god.
Just like I remember.
Did you go
Whoa.
the swamp recently? Or encounter the wizard?
Swamp? Wizard? Oh, you mean the Wizard of Karma?
Yes.
He gives some deep thought to this. Well, I can't really remember when I first got up. I remember hearing footsteps outside of my own crypt, my own casket. And I was like, well, this should not be. I should be 6 feet under, surrounded by dirt, worms coming to chow on my flesh, if they hadn't done so already. But that's when I noticed my body. And he holds up his somewhat muscular arms. It is all here. Well, save for some of my skin, which I suppose beauty cannot be salvaged.
Let's be fair.
Anyway.
Let's be fair, old man. You're getting a little old, so beauty was the least of your worries.
With a coughing laugh, he puts down his tea, accidentally spilling some on the table. Oops. But, I heard footsteps, and as if I were in a chamber. Well, I got curious, and by surprise, my arms moved. I heaved open the door. It's scary that I breathed fresher air than I ever knew. I got up, and I'm in this brick lane hallway. A figure rushing down, climbing a ladder. I went to chase, but when I got to the top of the ladder, there was naught but stone. Well, I suppose there were times I blacked out, and suddenly I would awake on the floor. I would wander again for some hours, and I would collapse again. That's when I felt heat at the top of the ladder one night, and I heard her talking, singing. And he looks over at Janet, giving a smile. Always did love your voice, dear. I gave a knock on the rock. Would she scream? Oh, she was so spooked. Thought I'd give her a heart attack. I'd repeat this every time I awoke again. Until at long last, together, we moved the rock. And it was from then I knew I would awake every night and find myself here in my own personal heaven. And he just smiles over at his wife, all ugly-eyed. But what you must know, Mur, there's another path. I've tried to open it. I've tried. He holds up his hands, and you see where his fingertips have been rubbed away to bone. There's something foul, evil beyond this path. I can feel it. I know it. Dark arts beyond any good conscience of any mortal. It should be dealt with, and I think that is why the undead roam.
So what you're saying is I need to dabble even more into the dark arcane. See,
No, you
I
mustn't. You need to destroy this evil. With that, there's a small kind of whimper from his wife. But that might destroy you. It must be done. We've had this talk a dozen times at least. Let's dwell on it no more. My grandson. You, I've been told, have friends with you.
Yeah, you could call them friends.
Well, it is tricky to get down this ladder. It is quite, well, older than I am. I'm lucky it supports me. is quite a drop down. However, if you visit me at my grave, I am certain I can provide you with a better entrance down for you and your friend. But you must not go alone. That power, I can feel it. With this, he takes both of his hands and puts them on your shoulders. Must be destroyed. But you, I don't want risking you.
Don't worry about me. I still gotta keep her in line. As I point to old Granny. Who else is gonna take care of her
Oh, if
while you're
I'm that
gone?
much of a bother, then I'll just sit right here. And she starts sobbing into her tea, and she takes little sips now and then.
It was more of a jokingly manner, not an asshole manner.
It seems like she was more saying this to her husband.
Oh, okay.
There's kind of a somber face on your grandfather's face. Not go alone, Mer. Something of this caliber, magic, can only be done by a strong wizard. And well, I only know one wizard that's strong. And he gives you a knowing look.
I like look up to this guy like I don't know who he's talking about. Don't worry, I won't go alone. But I'm gonna leave you two to enjoy your time that you have together, and I'll be back in about an hour.
He gives you a smile and one more hug. And then he goes to sit next to his wife, taking her hand as she's crying. Be safe, Mer. And know that I am proud of you. But do be warned. Be warned that this power you wield is damnable.
As I walk out, I'll be like, I was damned by the time, or whenever I was brought back. And then I'll leave so I can go to the swamp.
Very well. With that, we'll cut over to Mackett and Scott as they enter into the tavern.
Like the moment I walk in, gonna change of plans. Get everyone over to the Green Dragon Shrine now.
As you burst in and say this, Yorva pipes up. Angel, or God, I gotta get my undead speech. Angel plan.
Yeah, we actually got the Green Dragon Spirit to respond. He's actually gonna help protect everybody. So yeah, abandon this place. Go next door.
She gives one last look around her place, dashing over and grabbing a wheel of cheese. Can't go to the shrine without an offering.
You can ask Scott. That's really not necessary. Although the food would probably be great.
She gives Scott a inquisitive look as he looks at her. Yorva, I would rather we stay by each other's side during, well, chaotic times like this. I'm going to see how effective that is.
Not.
I can take care of myself, thank you very much, but if you need looking after... She gives him like a, almost a resentful but making fun of kind of look. Then I don't mind saving your skin. At least sometimes. With that, she heads out. As for the cloaked fellow, he just gives you a simple wave as he goes deeper into the tavern.
I'm gonna look at him like, hey man, I told you that was probably the wrong way, but I can't really make you do what you, can't make you do anything. So, hope you survive the night. And
You see two hands appear in a shrugging kind of motion over his shoulders as he rounds the corner.
I'm going to, after he rounds off and he just goes over there. Is there anything here, Scott, that you need before we go back?
Oh, here? Bro.
'Cause after we leave
He's-
here, I'm not coming back out until morning.
Oh, well, if it's just till morning, then no, my things should be fine here. With that, he follows Yorga outside. Go ahead, Mackett, sorry.
I'll go ahead and leave too, leaving Cloaked Boy to do Cloaked Boy things. And
Very well.
I'll take the whip back out.
Alright. As you close the door of the tavern, you can't help but hear a loud thud come from inside.
I'm assuming that's him barricading the door, so I'll tell them both, just get to the temple.
They make their way. Her pridefully kind of outpacing him, trying to stay in front of him. As you wield your whip crossing the streets, you see no signs of danger nearby.
I will get back in here and I'll see how everything's kind of changed a little bit. Like, oh, okay, well that helps everything. I'm actually gonna get some fucking rest tonight. So,
Yeah. As more people enter into the shrine, more glowing hammocks randomly appear. Mecca, as you come in the door, the cloud of swords revolves slowly around you and then lets you pass.
like that. And
Alright.
I will find me a hammock somewhere in a corner over here next to Naing. And I'm going to. I'm gonna get comfortable in here. Like I'm taking off my shoes. I'm getting comfortable.
Sure. Everyone else make a con save as Mackett takes off his shoes.
I was gonna say something.
I'll have a calm, waving a piece of
God.
cloth in order to ward
I-
off the
I
smell from the
die.
sleeping Arthur. I think he succeeds. With a net 20.
Alright. Mackett, as you take off your sweating boots and muck-ridden feet start protruding, even you smell your own feet. It is taken notice by several people within the shrine. Not everyone seems to respond to it, so maybe some are trying to be polite, or maybe some don't know, like Arthur. As for others, some are giving audible retching sounds.
Yeah, I should probably take a bath sometime soon, huh?
You think, says Yorva,
Kamatha, can't you summon like water or something?
I can summon ice. By the time he
mean-
thaws out, he'll be clean.
I mean, you can just summon some. Wait, where's the? Doesn't the green dragon try and have water? Where's the water at?
There's no water in this one.
What? Why not?
I don't know. I don't live here.
And I'll go over and fine, and I'll actually go outside. I'll walk past everyone barefoot, just out of sheer spite at this point.
Oh,
And and I'm going to go
Sure.
outside and actually rinse off my feet and try to make everyone a little bit more comfortable.
Very well. The nearest sources of water are either the swamp itself or the fountain in the graveyard.
I'm gonna use my water skin and I'll just refill that motherfucker later.
Very well. It gets the job done. It gets the actual grime and like built up dead skin of your feet rinsed off. They don't smell that much better, but at least it's not as strong of an odor, as in probably only you will smell them from this point forward unless you're right next to somebody.
Yep. I'll walk back in. Fine, is that better?
somewhat.
Like this is the price you pay. This is the price you lot pay for having me working on your shit all the time. And I'll go over and I'll sit.
The time
in
you've
the
made one thing for me.
Okay, how many times have I had to fix your shit?
Once.
Mac technically fixes everything every night.
I haven't given him
Yeah,
anything to fix.
No, like your armor and everything has to go through repair rolls daily. Like every time there's they just auto succeed because of me.
Yeah. So we have a gear durability system in the game. I haven't really mentioned it because we haven't Mac it. Basically, after a day that has involved combat or extreme navigation, everyone has to make intelligence checks to repair their gear, or at least maintain it.
Because I'm here, we get to forego that mechanic.
Yeah, Mac he has mass production, which allows him to work on several pieces at one time, and he pretty much auto succeeds on the repairs.
Which
Listen
is
here, you
just
shiny
wonderful.
sweatshop. Put your shoes back on.
I'm busy as he's actually taking his armor and starts polishing it.
Yep, there goes the VOD. Good job, Kamatha.
Yeah, I want to actually start polishing my armor and like as I'm making my repairs for everybody.
Very well. As you doff your armor and start polishing it, you recall back to when you were kicked in the back as someone tried to stomp you down into the basement of the other house. There's a single clawed footprint, a print of blood on the back of your armor.
Mecca's gonna get up and as he does, where's that mo person at?
In her hole.
Wait.
In the hole.
And I'll walk over towards the hole. Is
So
she in there?
I left it open on the map, but technically, you just see like a heap of fresh dug earth.
I'll go over to everybody and I'll say, does this look like the footprint of a mo person to you?
Who are you showing? Anyone specific?
Like everyone. Like I'll go from person to person if I have to. Like
Sure.
somebody with a clawed
Each
footprint try to kill my ass. Nah, we finna get this.
what party member has the highest nature?
Let's see.
I have
Mm,
a
One.
4.
I have 4.
What about you, Unga Bunga?
One. I said one.
Okay, I didn't hear you. Sorry. Sherman, what's your nature?
I think it's also +1.
Okay.
+2. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Kamatha, as you look at the prints on Meket's armor, yeah, that is indeed a mole person's foot.
Yep, that's what it looks like.
Hmm.
And all I see is like a mound of fresh packed earth.
Yes, sir.
Bro, that's
I'll start stomping at it. Hey, get up here.
There seems to be no response. Uh, Given that your race is technically a cousin of these, you can realize that he's probably dug down maybe 300 or 400 foot.
Here, 400.
That's the specialty of mole people.
I'm gonna, yeah, I'm gonna like,
Gonna jump in there.
hell no, not 300 or 400. Um, I'll go up to Sherman. Sherman, can you draw this precisely as it is? Since you're used to drawing maps and everything.
I can certainly try.
As if that mole
Uh,
person. I'll explain what happened, like how I got it.
I
Sherman, you can give me your choice of profession roll, intelligence roll, or performance roll.
I will do profession. $21.
21. You are able to copy it to exaction. You know how to trace and do all that kind of shit. So you do perform this quite well.
Dope.
And I'm gonna tell them I'm gonna compare this to her foot in the morning, and if this is the person that tried to jump on my back, I'm probably gonna kill her.
But that's Arthur's girlfriend.
I don't care. She tried to kill me first.
No.
No, that's not your girlfriend, or no, don't kill her.
Oh, not
Yes.
the girlfriend part. You may kill as you wish.
Just letting you lot know now. If shit pops off in the morning, this is why. And I'll go back to my spot.
All right, very well. At that point, we are at 8:38 for our time so far. We have a little bit of time left. So does anyone have any last minute things to do here in the shrine tonight? Is anyone working on anything specific? Trying to maybe practice anything, read any books, identify any items, etc., etc., etc.
If I
Preparing
have any of my
spells.
scrolls on me, I'll be looking at that.
Arthur will be continuing sleeping.
Okay, so working on looking at scrolls, sleeping. Anyone else?
Nah, I won't be doing much.
At sleeping Sherman.
Mackett's gonna be pondering. He's basically just gonna be like thinking of the things that are being like taught to him, like the whole elemental thing is like he's still confused on how the fuck he's doing this. So he's gonna be just sitting there kind of wondering and thinking like that about that.
True. All right. What about Unga Bunga?
I'm just gonna sleep. Yeah, I think.
All right, get some sleep and fully recover your mana. I know that you prepared
can't.
some magical items.
Four magic items, so I have only like 40 mana.
Very good. So you would like to keep those
Okay,
items created to carry over to the next day?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, now I can.
Yes, sir. I want keep those
All right.
items.
All right. So just jot that down. Make sure that you note that you have that for the next day. All right. So I guess I will resolve what's left here. So checking out scrolls and shaman stuff. All right.
Yep.
Let's see. Ungabunga, did you pass Kamatha that glowing scroll you had, the undead scroll, or no? I can't remember.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Okay, cool. Very good. Kamatha, you go flipping through scrolls and uh you remember the one that is already open and kind of pulsing with blue energy. Um let's see. Oh, let me resolve one more thing before this. Myrrh, are you going to the Dragon Shrine?
No, I was gonna go to the swamp. I have an appointment.
That's right. Okay. We'll do that at the very start of the next session.
That's fine.
All right. In that case, Kamatha, you pull out your scrolls, and you're also pulling out the books you found, or no?
And just scrolls right now.
Just scrolls. Uh, this scroll that's unraveled and glowing with this energy, you can tell that whatever spell it is, which you know it to be speak with dead, uh, this spell is active, like right now active. Like it is going off, it is powering something.
And the other sorcerer is not here, so I can't ask him about it.
That is correct.
What do you mean? Barthicor right there.
I am not even dignifying that with a response.
Hey, he is a sorcerer.
He is on his god mode thing right now. I ain't doing that. I'm not calling him
I'm not.
Valdir.
No,
I'm
he
not.
converted out of Valdir. He's Ungabunga right
Yeah,
now.
Oh, so I can say Unga Bunga.
Yeah.
you can say Angabanga even though I'm in the Valdir form. I don't care.
Okay. I guess I'll ask Unga Bunga about it.
Sure. What would you like to ask? Well, I mean, you two can talk.
I mean, I know we don't
Yeah.
characters don't talk often, but we can.
Uh huh.
Like what you want to know about the scroll?
Do you sense the energy coming from it too?
Do I? Do
Yes.
we?
Yes.
Yes.
It
Yes,
was.
sir.
It was
Yes, ma'am.
very. Yeah. It was described to you as a active spell slash scroll when you first picked it up.
Yeah. Yes, I can since first time I picked it up.
Okay. Kinda blinking on what else.
To be sure, it is a you said speak with undead or with the dead scroll.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you think that's what's causing the issue outside?
Well, the guy in the swamp I was fighting with, there was a literal skeleton on the altar, and the scroll was next to it, and the wizard or whatever he was, necromancer, was mumbling some I don't know curse or whatever, some spell. And when I interrupted it, nothing like I didn't see nothing happen. Like the fog was still there and stuff. So I really have no clue. But it might be something. It might have something in like in common with the undead thingies running around here.
So
I
do you
think
if
he
we
was the source.
So you think if we disrupt the spell that the the ghouls will disappear?
Jody did say you know what the spell is casting, so
I mean, that was like 2 weeks ago. I don't even remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday.
he said it 10, like not even 5-10 minutes ago.
Yeah, that.
That's basically last year, bro. Get
Yeah.
on the page.
Yeah. Fucking ableist. Oh, look at me. I have memory longer than 7 minutes.
Like he could tell me what the spell is, but I don't know what the actual spell is without having to go look it up.
So Speak with Dead is basically that. You are able to speak the language of the damned, and you are able to understand what they say. Normally, a ritual that you can do with one target, and you can ask it typically a certain number of questions, and it will do its best to answer as long as you are not the murderer, or as long as it has a neutral attitude towards you. Now, if you give me an Arcana check, maybe I can reveal a little more.
All right.
Can I participate if she fails?
You can go ahead and assist her.
So
You can roll at advantage with your help.
Oh, I can use a luck roll, right? What the fuck is happening with the what?
That's me holding it.
Oh, I thought you just throw it and it's still spinning.
19.
So that's a 19. You can roll at advantage since Val or Ungabunga is helping you.
19 will be fine.
It might.
Roll once more. Maybe you will
You
get
could
better
crit.
details if you roll higher. Oh, okay, 19 it is.
Thank you.
19 is. All right. You can definitely tell that the scroll has been through hell. Like its page all over is wrinkled. It's been sprayed by rain. Slapped with mud. There's a bloody handprint on it. It seems like this has been used for other motives and perhaps warped in a strange way. The scroll, it seems like well, as you recall, a book that y'all found regarding permanent enchanting. It seems that this scroll may be permanent in nature, so long as it exists. But
Well,
it seems the magic affecting it has been warped in some way.
well, maybe is it possible that whoever fucked around with this scroll made like controlling the undead like in massive area possible? Maybe.
It's possible. Is it possible?
Well, I
God.
have dispel magic and remove curse ready if you want to test it out.
I kind of
I've
want
said
to.
all I can say, Kamatha.
I want to test it out, but I also want to test it out on a ghoul.
Like cast the scroll, like use its spell.
Mm-hmm.
That's not really possible as it is already active. Like whatever spell this can cast, which you know about it, is already being consumed. It is active right now.
Fine, I guess we'll have to just dispel it.
Yeah. Are we able to see some ghouls anywhere? If I like peek out of the doors?
Immediately out the front door, no, but reversing up to the corner of the shrine, you can definitely see some down the street.
Okay.
Down the street, there's an entire crowd of them. Some of them
Oh,
are
yeah,
still
maybe
resorted to
fire.
crawling, having been disabled by Sherman's shots. Others, however, are still on their feet.
Mm. Well, we can try to, you know, dispel it or decurse it, and if like the goals will fucking drop dead or whatever,
We can try.
we will know.
I let Unga
Okay,
use
so what you
the
wanna
spell.
try?
You dispel it.
Dispel magic?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll toss the coin.
All right. So going with a spell
On the
magic,
floor.
right?
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
All right, let's see. Let me look up the rules on that spell real fast. Let's see. Choose one creature, object, or magical effect within range. Any spell of third level or lower on your target ends. Let's see. Speak with Dead. What level is that? Speak with Dead, 5e. It is a third level, so you don't have to upcast or anything. You don't have to use multiple charges. You're good. Blah blah blah. Oh yeah, it's not even a DC for it to beat because it's third level or lower. So uh you toss the coin into the air, focusing the magic within, or in this case, anti-magic within, upon the scroll. The scroll, the blue fog around it, seems to lash out at the coin before being completely absorbed by the coin. The coin itself vanishes into thin air. Um, or not the entire coin, actually. A charge of the magic from the coin.
Yeah.
Kind of
So I have to take
erupts from the
charges.
coin, and
So,
TLDR, the effect of the scroll has ended. Um, let's see, Kamatha, Unga, what are your passive perceptions? This is 10 plus perception.
Mhm.
four, so
6.
14.
14 and 6. Um,
She would
No,
have
plus 10.
16.
Oh, plus
So
10,
so
16
16.
now. Yeah.
okay, so 16 and 14. Gotcha. All right. You two are able to hear uh loud loud hissing screams out in the night air.
What the hell was that?
Well, we have to
The
look
the
to see. Hey.
Kamatha, the scroll in your hand now lies blank, mundane in your hands. All that all that rests upon it now. There are no longer arcane letters weaving in and out of existence. Instead, there is now just a single bloody handprint, mud, and rain stains upon the parchment. Parchment itself now feels quite brittle in your hands.
I'll have to have you skip on to somebody else because I gotta go get Vincent.
Okay.
Okay, be back.
Bunga, are you going outside to check?
Yes, sir.
Alright. As you exit through the wall of swords, the dog makes some movements as if to go with you. He seems very insistent.
Well, yeah, he can, and I'll hold it so he doesn't like go berserk whenever he sees the goals or whatever. I'll
Very well.
basically just
You
hold
want
him.
to tie a quick rope to his collar or something?
Yeah, okay.
Sure. He allows you to do this. It seems like maybe Everett did this several times. Uh, so he seems pretty accustomed to this. No animal handling required. As you take your dog for a walk, for a matter of speaking, you see the ghouls outside are moving around much quicker now. Uh, the strange, curious nature that they had before, that seems to have gone. They look more like wild animals, racketing about, looking for their first meal.
Thanks, Parthagor.
What?
I said thanks.
I don't know what the fuck happened.
Give me an Arcana check.
Oh. Oh my fucking god. Fuck you. game.
Yeah, that is
You
oof.
fucking fuck. 9.
All right. You study the ghouls for just a few moments, not wanting to risk being spotted by them. You're not able to glean any information from their behavior except that they act much more feral and frenzy, almost as if something that was keeping them a bit tame, a bit more humane, has let go of their brain.
So practically they've been controlled. No? Before. Maybe.
You could guess that, but I'm not able to tell you if it's right or wrong.
Something like that. Well, like, I'll share the info with others. Not any guesses, just what I know for sure. Like, the scroll is dispelled, ghouls are, or the undead are more feral. Yeah.
All right. As you speak up in the room, there's a couple gasps. One from Scott, one from Yorva. Even Naing gives a subtle yes. That's for the rest of the party members. I don't know how they react.
I'd kind of be a bit shocked. I don't really know what else. I'm starting to get tired, so I'm trying to stay in.
Fair enough. We're wrapping up
Do you
here.
have
Don't
any
worry.
idea what Do you have any idea what might happen? Like, any suggestions?
They were here when they did the scroll thing, right?
Yeah, when we dispel it, yeah, then I step outside.
Maybe that scroll was a good thing, and we've made a mistake.
Okay. So, what you want to tell me is that guy in the swamp
Right, I'm
was a
back.
good guy?
No,
I don't
not per
really believe
se.
that.
But that doesn't mean that he wasn't attempting something good.
Attempting what?
Yeah, but like, I have a feeling whatever he was doing, it had a evil intentions. And this
Probably.
might be just the side product, you know,
Yeah.
like maybe a good one, but okay. Return to sleep.
Sorry, I'll be right back. I gotta deal with something. Give me 2 minutes, and then we'll wrap up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
Hello.
Hello. All right. So to wrap up here real quick, does I know Murr has an appointment in the swamp. So we'll actually have that be the next thing done. Murr, can you give me a survival check to find your way back? You can make it at an advantage to make your way back to the spot where Elaine's ghost was.
Oh. I thought you said we were going to do it later. We're going to do it next time.
We are, just I want to go ahead and get you there so we can start off there.
Survival 19.
All right, very well. You make your way across the fog-covered grounds of the town, pushing your way into the trees. You find your way back to the not usual path through the swamp. Here and there, a spider might poke out its head just enough to look at you in the night. There's cobwebs that you slash aside. Sometimes your feet get caught in mud or under a root here and there. But after some time, you do make your way back to where the ghost of Elaine lies.
Yay.
Yay! Oh, where's your mini? There he is. Let me move him there. All right. You are there for next time. As for everyone else, I will ask as a favor. Remind me to do dream states for you all on the next time. I already have those prepared and ready to go for each of you. I just need reminding to actually do them as your characters slumber. As for Myrrh, please remind me that we will start with you next time.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you all for playing. I hope you had a pretty good time tonight.
Yeah.
And yeah, thank you.
Sure.
Bye.
I'll be in
Gotta go
tavern.
sleep.
I'll be in tavern in a few minutes. I'm gonna go deal more with something. I'll be back. But good night, y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Appreciate y'all.
Night.
Good night.
Appreciate
Thanks
it.
for
Out,
listening.
everybody. Good night, good night.
Alright.
Tonight.